All right, so we are officially live. We're just waiting for Mr. Justin Copeland to jump on here in just a minute. He was finishing up his workout and was going to grab a bite when I talked to him about 30 minutes ago. So this should be a pretty good time. I hope you guys are excited for this particular live. I'm definitely excited for it. Get everything up on screen. So we're basically just taking one of our phone calls and putting it here on a live stream to discuss with you guys. We'll just catch up a little bit and discuss a few different things about changes in content styles and, just our thoughts and feelings on different things in regards to fragrances and so on. Ken, TF Patriot, Random Ass Fragrances. Glad you could join me, gentlemen. Thanks so much. Seth, appreciate you jumping in. Like I was just saying, for those of you that are just jumping on, Justin should be on here in just a minute. I talked to him about 30 minutes ago. He was finishing out his workout, and then he was going to grab a quick post-workout bite. And so just waiting on him. No big hurry. I totally understand all of that good stuff. Turn the volume down on that. Ken, thank you so much. You did not have to do that. I greatly appreciate you. $9.99 from Ken Sense. Ken is pretty good about that. Ken gives me $9.99 every time I do a live stream, pretty much. So shout outs to you, Ken. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. So we got a bunch of people. McFeels, Mr. Dudley, Fresh AF. We got a bunch of people jumping in here. Yeah, but while we're waiting for Justin, which he just jumped on, we'll bring him in just a second. Definitely put your sin of the days down in the comments. I'm curious, for those of you that aren't following me on IG or didn't see any of my sin of the day posts here on YouTube, I'm wearing Zaharoff signature tobacco yet again. So let's go ahead and bring him on. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Justin Copeland. How you doing, bro?
What's
Good to
up?
see you.
Doing good. How you doing?
Oh, I cannot complain, man. I appreciate you taking some time out of your day to do this with me.
My pleasure.
How's your day been so far?
Good. Kind of was just in a rush this morning, most of the day, just trying to get this video out. I was just way behind schedule, and I spent the whole first half of the day editing and getting this video out, and quickly worked out, quickly showered, and here I am. So it's just been kind of a marathon, but all is well.
So for those of you that don't know, I wish I had Justin's genetics, because that physique this man has is from push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, body weight exercises that you can do anywhere. I've told him before that if he was to do a bodybuilding routine, he would be an open competitive weight bodybuilding freak on stage. He would be. This man has crazy genetics to look like that doing push-ups. It's insane.
Yeah, it's my dad, honestly.
Yeah, well, your dad gave you some great genetics.
Yeah, nah, he's definitely, yeah. I mean, he was built. He still is a built dude, but he was an athlete in college, so he was just like
He
he was
passed it
serious.
along to you for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
So, any holiday plans? What you got going on?
Today's kind of the last day at home to do any kind of housekeeping and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow, headed to California
Mm-hmm.
to see the family, uh, see my parents, see my twin brother and his wife, and we're just gonna have a good time. We'll be there a few days. Uh, Probably we'll do some filming as we always do, so that'll be a good time. So yeah, just looking forward to seeing family. I haven't seen them in 6 months, so it'll be good.
So, TF Patriot, my two favorites in one place. Let's go. Happy you guys are doing this. $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much, my man. I appreciate that.
Thank you, brother.
Greatly
Good to see you,
appreciate
man.
that. I'm going to be hitting the road tomorrow myself. I'm going to be heading to Texas. This is the year we alternate, because my wife's biological father and stepmother and stepbrother and all the good stuff, they're all here. So we did Christmas
Hmm.
with them last year. So this year we're going back to Texas. We did Texas 2 years ago. And because my dog is so high maintenance, we have to drive. So that's a 16-hour drive, not counting stops. So I'm probably looking at 18
Oh
hours.
man. Oh man.
Yeah, I'm going to hop up
Okay.
on caffeine and try to just knock it out. I don't want to pay 80, $90 for a 3 hour nap, because that's how I am when I do
No.
road trips. I want to knock it out. I'm not going to sleep for 6 or 7 hours. I'm just going to pay for a
Sure.
hotel for a nap. So,
Sure. When you guys do road trips like this, are you the one who typically does all the driving?
yeah, it's my thing. I always drive. Heidi
Okay.
would love to drive. She offers all the time. I don't know if it's male pride or what. I just drive. That's just how I roll, man.
Okay. Well,
So I got that
that
long
should,
drive, but we're gonna make it worth it.
yeah.
We're gonna leave around lunchtime tomorrow. I'm trying to time it to where I get there sometime after lunch the following day,
Mhm.
and we're gonna
Great.
stay. We'll probably leave Tuesday morning, so we're gonna stay several days.
Okay. Yeah, man. That sounds like fun. I mean, you just got to get there.
Yeah,
Once you
that's
do,
the
it'll be
thing.
great.
And the thing is, I'm leaving the winter wonderland to go to the high of 79 and 77 Christmas Eve and Christmas Day with high humidity. Where I'm actually bringing tank tops and swim shorts to swim at my uncle's pool because,
I
yeah, I'm
cannot
going to be in a
believe
pool outside for Christmas. Let's wrap our heads around that.
I still can't even fathom that. I have yet to be in a climate like that during Christmas. That doesn't make any sense to me.
It gets old, man. I'm bringing like we bought ugly Christmas sweaters and then we saw the forecast a few days ago and it's like, okay, so we wasted money on that. We're gonna wear
Yeah.
them inside just because we bought them and we wanted to do it, but got to take them off to go walk outside because it's gonna be just too hot.
Exactly.
Because you add all that
Exactly.
high humidity and it's just miserable. It makes 79 feel like 88, 89. So
Man, yeah, I feel you there. I
it
see
is what it is.
we got some good people here in the chat. I see Dave is in here.
Yeah, shout out
Camera,
to Mark's
room
Aussie
room.
Fragrance.
I see Ken Sense is in. Yeah, there's
Oh,
Mark.
there's
My boy
Dave.
Joe, J Mo. What's up, man? Good to see you. Um, yes, fresh
So
AF.
let's go ahead and dive right into the elephant in the room on the recent content changes on the Stay Fresh production channel. I have been loving every second of every episode. I hope you never run out of ideas for this series.
Oh man, yeah,
Talk to
I
me a
got
little
more
bit about the
ideas.
inspirations here.
You know, honestly, this is the biggest cliche, but when they talk about pressure creating diamonds kind of thing,
Mhm.
that's kind of what it was. It was a bit of a pressure cooker. I had hit this point not that long ago, like less than a month ago, where I was like, honestly, very jaded um, with creating content and just feeling like everything I was doing was just not landing or, just people are just losing viewership. We talked about all this stuff. So
Yeah,
I was really about to hit a wall and I was like, I felt it coming and I know this feeling before. Um, it's only happened once before. And I was sitting here and I knew I wanted to film something
hmm
on that particular day. And I was literally about to turn on the camera and just kind of like vent and like tell my viewers, like, hey guys, this is how I'm feeling, blah, blah, blah. But after I let that thought cross, then I'm like, that sounds like giving up. That's exactly what that is because even in 2 days' time, I will regret that video being
that
out
makes
there.
sense.
Because yeah. So instead, I decided it's like, okay, I want to film a video right now. I don't want to film a top 10. That's all I knew. It's like I know I don't want to film a top 10 on this day.
hmm
So what am I gonna do? So then it hit me. It's like, okay, how about you film a video about what is upsetting you, but make it so that people want to watch it, like make it entertaining. I'm
hmm
like, okay. And years ago, I came up with this idea of doing a skit video. Actually, this happened like 2 or 3 years ago. I first came up with the idea. I wrote it down in my phone and I said, like, oh, make a skit series called What You Think You Smell Like. And I wrote that down. And then somehow it got lost in the shuffle. I
hmm
just totally discarded that. So
The universe
I just
works in
happened,
weird ways, man.
it really does, man. I opened up
Timing
my
was
phone
perfect.
and I was like, what you think you smell like? I'm like, that's it. That is it. So then, literally, in like 45 minutes to an hour, I scripted out the whole first skit. I just knew, like, okay, my topic is going to be like buying fragrances from YouTuber recommendations and only caring about it was a very general idea, but it's like
Yeah.
that's where I'm going. I scripted it all out. I made two characters I was going to play as. I had no idea how I was going to film it. I just said, oh, I'll just film each part separately and I'll
hmm
edit them together somehow. And as I'm writing it, I felt like, okay, I'm going to try to make this as funny as I can. Like I just want to make
Mission
it
accomplished.
ridiculous, but I but I want to make it so that the point is clear, so that the messaging even if shrouded by comedy, is still intact. And so, yeah, I filmed it. It came out to be like less than 6 minute video. I popped it out and didn't know what to expect. I'm like, nobody's gonna click on this thing. I knew I wanted it to be different in every way. So from
Hmm.
the thumbnail, which is the first thumbnail I made, which is pretty stark. I mean, there's not much pop to it. I just wanted to be like, I want this to look like not my typical content. So I said, we'll see if people click on it. And that first one, it did better than I expected in terms of views and just in terms of engagement. And I was like, oh. And then those who did actually watch it, they were very clear about like, man, this is this is different. And I'm
Random
like,
ass
yeah, it
fragrances
is.
caught on to the
Yeah.
bro thing. So the overuse of the
Yes,
word
yes,
bro is nails on a
yes.
chalkboard to both of us. That was a love letter to me with him doing that, because I've told him many times it's like nails on a chalkboard when somebody says bro like 5 times in a conversation, a short conversation.
That's right.
So
Yes.
sorry to
And yeah,
interrupt.
I no, you're good, man. I decided this after I made the first video that bro and bruh and all those little synonyms are going to be in lieu of these guys actually having names. So little bit of, behind the scenes knowledge. I've had people ask me like, "Oh, what are their names?" And I'm like,
You mean
"They're not gonna
Custon
have
Joplin?
names."
That one had me rolling in the comments. Custon Joplin.
That killed me.
That's
That
hilarious. That's a
killed me.
great name. Custon Joplin.
Custon Joplin. So anyway, that's the long of it. That's how it came to be. And I knew after I did the first one, I was like, okay, people, they really accepted it and enjoyed it. So it's like I definitely got to do a follow up. And honestly, I was nervous to do the follow up because the first one was born out of pure, honestly, frustration, and it almost kind of just flowed out. I don't even feel like I created it. So I was afraid that like, man, I hope the second one doesn't feel contrived or it feels like I'm trying to like keep the same vibe. But I feel like it came off. I felt like I elevated it a little bit in the second
Mhm.
one. So I just want to keep that going.
I love that Michelle was a good sport about it, because guys, for those of you that don't watch the full videos, you're missing out, because he's leaving gold to end the video. At the end of the first one, he pulls out a card and says, all right, Curly, tell me what to buy next. That was the funniest shit in the video. And Michelle is a good sport. We know Michelle is a good
Yeah,
sport, and she ate that up. She loved
yeah,
it. So
yeah,
it's just, and look, the follow up, I'm glad you're running with it, because the first one was clearly kind of a pilot to test the waters, I
yes,
guess. Is that fair to
yes,
say?
yes,
The
definitely.
follow up was absurdly excessive. Like, once it's get out the way, bro, in the fight for the garbage can. So much
Yes,
so I had to do a
excessive
follow
is a
up
great way
video
to
to
put it.
make sure more people saw this video, because I just love that you're doing this, man. Because as a fellow content creator, you and I both know, and a lot of you in the audience know, we got to play the game to keep up. It's just what it is. The casual viewer wants to see the list videos and a little bit about this one onto another fragrance. And look, we try to keep them close to the vest to still mean something to us and topics we care about. We're not just putting out
That's
shit
right.
to put out shit. We still got to make it
That's
mean
right.
something for each of us. And I know that I can speak on behalf of both of us for that. But when it comes to trying to think outside the box, like he's doing currently, it doesn't necessarily grab the views early on. And that's why I want to do my part to get this out, help in any way get this out for him, because I think what Justin's doing right now is a great choice in evolution for our niche. It's a segment that's needed. Dan's doing the more controversial live streams. You already
Hmm.
have so much of what I like to call the shallow content, the panty droppers, the sexy this, the ladies that.
Yes,
Got all of that
yes,
stuff. There's a slew of Baskin Robbins 31 flavors for you if that's the kind of content you want to see. Seeing
yeah.
other things outside of the norm, like Justin's trying to do here, is such a breath of fresh air for me. I'm
Man, I
loving
appreciate
every
that.
single second of this.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you. No, I mean, and thank you for just, openly making space for it. And obviously, you did your reaction video, which I just thought was amazing, and and I really appreciated that too. So, thank you for all your support, man.
Oh, of course, brother, of course. And look, one of the reasons I wanted to do that is I wanted to make sure people didn't take it too seriously. And I got backlash for
Mm.
saying don't take it seriously, because it's all satire, it's all in good fun. That's why it's excessive with what he's doing.
You know,
It's to poke
I
fun and
don't
be
think
lighthearted about it.
I don't think I saw all the comments on your video. Did you actually get people coming out and they were upset?
Not angry or anything like that, but it was kind of a split of agreeing with me and some thinking it was stupid.
Okay.
And that's why I wanted to say, he's clearly joking.
Yeah.
Please take it like, if you get offended by this video, you take this way too serious. I had to make sure to say that in the video. If anything
Yeah,
I'm
you
saying
did.
or Justin said in either one of these videos offends you, we're not the problem here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, that's my whole messaging of it all. I see George just popped in. What's up,
Yeah,
George?
George is in. Shout outs to George Zaharoff. So, what are you working on currently? I know you're trying to space out this series, but what kind of stuff I
Mm-hmm.
saw you dropped 10 best fragrances of 2021 caption. That's right, I said best. I thought that was hilarious at the time. That's right, I said
That's
best.
right. Yeah, I just dropped that one, and that's one of my favorite videos to do every year.
So, I
Um,
haven't watched it yet.
typically, oh, that's fine. Yeah, I just
Yeah,
dropped it like less than an hour and a half
I
ago.
know.
But
I was getting ready for this.
typically, because I've done this video every year for the past 4 years, I want to say, and typically I would call it top 10 most worn fragrances of the year.
Yeah, I did mine
And
already.
over time, I've noticed that for some reason that doesn't really draw people in. Just that, even though that's the topic, phrasing it in that way, it's just like people are just, all right, cool. I'm glad he wore what he liked. That's cool. But
Yeah, it's that
I
time of the
decided
year
to
where we
kind
do our year-end review videos, the most complimented, like I did yesterday. Which, like I said, like I told you guys before, every time I have to put that word in a video, my soul dies a little bit. But at least it's. I mean, it's
of
my year-end review. Most worn, most this, best release of
sure.
that. Every year we do
Yeah,
stuff like that. Dry down, low
totally.
down, trying to be comical. Shout outs to dry down, low down.
I want to start hashtagging things. I'm so upset. I can't figure out what this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to Try Down Lowdown. Joe's got a really good
Nice.
channel. If you guys haven't checked out Joe's channel yet, he is heavily undersubscribed to. Check out Joe's channel for
Mm,
sure.
I will check out Joe's channel
Yeah.
for sure.
Talk and review. All right, fellas, keep smashing it. Definitely Expendables 4 thumbnail.
Uh,
I did try to
Expendables
make for a good
4.
thumbnail for this.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we need Sylvester in there. And uh, what were we talking about?
Talking about current
Oh yeah,
content
this
that you're working
video.
on.
So yeah, so
Yeah.
I decided to kind of take a different approach with this video and just call it, make it more generic, more kind of bring it closer to the surface and say, my best fragrances for the year.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's working. I think that for some reason that word just psychologically grabs people. I don't know why. Um, but anyway, so that was my most recent thing. When I go to California
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow, um, it's possible, it's very possible that my next skit will be filmed there
With
with
family.
guests. And
Yes.
it's most likely going to be centered around the topic of compliments. So we'll see about that.
Oh,
I
this
still
is
have
going
to
to be
script it
great.
out.
I have
I
a I
still got
have
to
a
script
vision
it
for
out.
how this is going to go. This is going to be
Yeah.
great. Why aren't you telling me I smell good or something along those lines? This is going to be great. I
Grace
can't
and I
wait.
have already Grace and I kind of like had a little
Shout
like
outs to
round
Grace.
table. Yeah, we had a little round table discussion, just kind of spitballing ideas for this video. And
Hmm.
I think we even wrote some of them down. Like there was some good stuff that we already kind of came up with off the top. So we'll see how that transforms. But she's definitely going to be involved in it
So you
for
heard
sure.
speculation's always a good thing, and a little scandal goes a long way. So you heard it here. It's a compliment video, and it's poking fun at compliments, and I can't wait. That was the inevitable topic at some point.
Yes, yes,
So
totally.
did
And
you
I
did you
got
film
at
ahead for
least a few
anything?
others. You know,
Like
no,
so for while
actually,
you're gone, you have a video that's set to come out, kind of thing.
I was the video that I launched today, I was gonna wait to launch, but I didn't have
Hmm.
anything in between my last video and this one, so it would have been a pretty large gap. And I might film something else either today or tomorrow before I leave
Hmm.
and just set that to upload, but I'm not gonna fill up the week with a bunch of content. There might be one other video
Hmm.
that comes out, around the Christmas time. But Grace was very adamant. She's like, you need to, like, for once, just pause and just like take
Take
a
a
break,
break.
and
Yeah.
not have to be glued to it all the
Yeah.
time. And you know, very lovingly, and not like out of frustration. She just
No, I
more out of like,
understand.
well, my well-being. She was just like, I think, you know, because, and she's right. I mean, I see my family at best twice a year,
Yeah.
and I don't want to be glued to my phone while I'm there. So yeah, I mean, we're gonna film because they want to be a part of that. But in terms of like the
Well, that's
producing
going to be
side
a
of
fun
things, I'm gonna
Christmas memory.
step back.
That'll
Yeah,
be on YouTube forever. Is something y'all did for Christmas as a family, and it's a skit. It's
that's
sketch
right.
comedy basically. It's going to be great.
That's right.
I can't wait to see it.
Exactly. I'm gonna
So
see if
I
I can get
actually
either one of my parents in there. We'll see.
I hope so. That would be great if we could at least get your
Yeah,
dad.
yeah.
Because look, a lot of people don't see the goofball side of you. I talk about it all the time that
Mhm.
they have no idea how much of a clown you are, and I have a feeling that comes from your dad.
You know, it comes from my mom,
Really?
actually.
So we need
My
your mom on
mom,
camera then.
my
Your
mom is a
mom's the one we
complete
need.
clown. She is a clown. She gets it from her dad. She is a laugh junkie. She will do whatever it takes to make herself laugh at your expense. And it's incredible.
Oh
And
well,
as a
we need
result, she's
mom on
just
the
a
video
comedian.
then.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll see if
So
she'll
put
be down. We'll
the,
see.
my vote of confidence. I'm going to text you to remind you in 2 days. Hey, let your mom know that I really would love to see her in this video. So So
Yeah,
I actually
yeah.
I filmed two. So I have a Christmas video coming out and then an individual review that I'm not going to say what it is just yet, but
Cool.
one I've worn recently that I've been kind of putting off reviewing for a long time now. I finally got around to doing a full review just so I could have some content to come out so I can do the same thing. Just kind of lay back a little
Yeah.
bit, but still have some content that's taken care of. It's already uploaded, scheduled. The community posts are scheduled, the whole nine. So
Cool.
it's
Cool.
so I can kind of I say I'm gonna unplug from the phone, but I know that's not gonna be the case. I know me
Yeah.
better than that. So
Yes. No, I mean, again, I say the same, but I'm not gonna just be shut down from it. I'll be,
yeah,
you know, I might still be making Instagram posts and
that's
stuff
what I was
too.
gonna say. We're not gonna stay off IG. We're gonna hit
Yeah.
IG at some point during the
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. It's a black hole.
Here's
It
an
really
idea:
is.
trying to subtle suggest showing fragrances to people who aren't really interested. That's an idea
You
as
mean as a
part of the
video?
sketch. Part of the
Oh,
sketch.
as a sketch. Okay.
Yeah, just
Okay.
it's not a bad idea. I get the
No.
premise.
That's not a bad idea at all. I could
Like
definitely.
they could give a shit less, you know? And you're like,
Yeah.
what do you
Yeah. I
mean you
mean,
don't care? You
you
don't
know,
smell it?
totally.
I smell amazing, bro.
You know, I mean, no, I think that's a I'm actually going to write that down. I feel like I have a little bit of that dynamic between the two characters already, because,
Hmm.
you know, the guy who I call the roommate, the guy who always comes in to find the craziness,
Yeah.
he is
Stumbles
not a
upon the bullshit.
crackhead, obviously,
Yeah.
but he
He
is
just
very
has common
supportive and
sense.
understanding. That's
It's like,
right.
what are you doing, man? I mean, look at
So,
you.
in yeah, in fact, I already have a topic planned to talk about reformulations. So that whole madness, and you know, centering around Aventus, and that'll be fun. Anyway,
Oh, Jesus
um,
Christ. Got to take a
yes,
shot at
indeed. This,
Aventus at some point.
oh
This is
yes,
going to be
the
great.
king is getting shot at. Um, yeah, man. So it sounds like we'll both be kind of laying back, but you know, kind of why not sleeping with one eye open kind of vibe, you know.
I can't wait.
You
I
know,
can't wait to see it. So, so how long are y'all staying in California?
just what is it? Just 3 full days.
Three
So
full
five
days?
days total, but three full. So it'll be, I know it's gonna go by quick, but it's gonna be great. We're just gonna soak it up. It'll be a good
Yeah,
time.
before
It's a
you know
little
it, it'll
bit
be over.
warmer down there. Yeah, a little bit warmer down there than it is up here. Less rainy down there, so it'll be cool. Yeah, yeah, man.
Like I said, I'm excited to see family. Don't get me wrong, but I'm dreading leaving my winter wonderland. It feels great out here. It's just cold enough to where I can't ride my bike to the gym. I've been having to drive to the gym every day.
Yes,
Hoodie weather, my
man.
favorite time of year. and I gotta walk away from it for several days. But when we come back, the highs are in the high 30s and low 40s every day. The first couple days we get back, so I'm right back into that crispy cold weather when I come back.
Hey, now. Yeah, I like the crispy cold, man. That's
Me too,
where it's
man.
not like obviously I love it, man. Speaking of, I mean, I know you're making videos all the time and you're talking
Hmm.
about a lot of the fragrances you're dealing with at the moment, but right now in this moment, what are a couple fragrances that really kind of have your attention or you're getting to
Excellent
know?
question. Excellent question. So obviously, the love has yet to even come close to dying off with tobacco. I'm wearing that currently. That's my sin of the day again today. And the last several times I've wore it, I've had comments on my sin of the day post across all platforms. Man, it must be good because you keep wearing it all the time. Because it's rare that I
Yeah,
wear something over and over and over.
sure,
And I
sure.
absolutely love it. I know you feel the same. Such a great fragrance.
Fantastic,
Um,
fantastic.
Another one that's kind of really been captivating me lately is Azaro hot pepper. I've worn that out the shower recently. I did a full wearing yesterday, and I
Mm,
haven't worn it in a while. Like it's been about a year since the last time I wore it. I know you're familiar with that one
sure.
too. For as
Yeah,
simplistic of a fragrance as it is, it's a great casual wear if you like spicy.
yeah,
It
it
really
is.
is. It's got a
And
good
you
aromatic
know,
nature to it, you know.
oh, it's super pleasant and it doesn't smell just like anything else.
No, I mean it'll remind you of Spice Bomb, but it
Yeah,
doesn't smell exactly like Spice Bomb. There's definitely a lot more
no.
differences than similarities.
For sure.
Uh-oh. No, it's not just good. It's really damn good. Sam's talking about tobacco. Shout outs to Sam's room.
Yeah, man. Yeah, when I first got it, I think I wore it 3 days in a row. Yeah, which is very rare. It'd be funny to see a guy who stresses about the almighty compliment, no matter what he wears, only getting from his wife. I mean,
There you go.
that's not too far off. Not too far off. I mean, if getting any compliments, that'll be the question. But yeah, not too
What's a
far off.
few that have really been captivating you lately? Any designers or just mostly niche stuff?
Mm, it's I just got a little bit of a haul in yesterday,
Hmm.
and I did just some random stuff, like a couple bonds. I've never been crazy about the House of Bond, to be honest. A
Hmm.
little fun fact. I've never owned one until maybe a few months ago. I got Lafayette Street, and I still have to really give it some wear. It's just okay to me. But I picked up Centerpiece for him and Shea Bond, just randomly,
How do
two
you
fifty
feel
ml
about Shea Bomb?
bottles. I got it here in my hand.
What a coincidence.
Yes, I mean I got Centerpiece here. I got Shea
I got a
Bond
decant
here.
of Centerpiece
Yeah, I like Shea Bond actually.
because I know you're a Green
Um,
Irish Tweed fan, and that's kind of their Green
I
Irish
am.
Tweed.
It is. For me, it sits. I mean, we can just call it a clone. Like it's a clone. Come on now,
Bond
it's
number
a
nine,
clone.
like
So
half of their fragrances make them a clone
yeah,
house.
yeah.
Like
So I'm
seriously,
gonna just say it is my favorite clone of Green Irish Tweed currently.
that's
I
fair because
like it.
it
I
makes for a
like it better
quality
than.
clone, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I like it more than Trey Nuit, which is a good. I like Trey Nuit. I think they did a good job with that, but I like this more. I can't even explain it. I haven't put them side by side or anything. But I like Shea Bond so far. I think it'll be great. It has a little bit more of a youthful feel
Hmm.
to the profile than Green Irish Tweed. There's a more of like a
It's not as
sweet
refined,
muskiness.
maybe.
Yeah, totally. It's a
Because
little
Green
rough
Irish
around the
Tweed
edges.
definitely smells like it goes great with a sports jacket. It always has.
Yes, totally,
Mhm.
totally does. Is Justin still wearing John Varvatos vintage? Of
You
course.
know, that's the only question anybody cares to ask right there. The
Yeah,
most relatable
yeah. I
fragrance to
mean,
Justin Copeland.
yeah. I mean, I don't wear it I don't wear it as much as I used to. But it still gets some wearing. Every time I do spray it on, I'm like, still love it every
I
time.
haven't worn it in a while, man. I haven't worn it in a while. I mean, you're the reason I bought it in the first place a few years ago. And you're the reason a lot of
Yeah,
people bought that fragrance, to be honest.
yeah, I think so. Yeah, and I did not expect because no one was talking about it. I just came at the right time with it. But I think I maybe wore it twice this year. Honestly, I didn't wear it much, but you know how it is. We're getting new stuff like every week.
Yeah,
So
when you get new stuff all the time, it's hard to keep going back to something. Even if you want to, you're always wanting to try the new things, and maybe there's a certain, it
yeah,
might captivate you, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna spend time with this so I can get a review out. Because once you commit to, I want to work on a review for this one, you're wearing this all the time, even if it's just a test
that's
spray
right.
here and there. You know,
That's right. Exactly. Exactly. What is this here?
Justin, have you
Justin, have you
done
done
any
it?
dictation course or Smith for the voice
I think you need
intonation?
something.
Just curious. Ross thinks all that opinion you always give. 2 cent life. Would you
For
choose two
life.
cents for life? Oof, that's a
Wow.
hard question.
I
That's a
mean, that
hard
changes every
question.
few months. I feel like it changes every 2 months, every few months, honestly. Um,
I can keep it
Dictation.
simple. I can keep it simple real quick for my answer for the 2 cents.
Sure.
Um, Got to have something fresh. Got to have something interesting and iris. So let's just say Invictus Aqua and Dior Homme Parfum. If I could just keep those two, that's enough
Wow.
to get me by, I think, because that's my
You know,
favorite fragrance and what I believe is one of the greatest designers ever. And I love Iris, and I think that's just like the greatest Iris fragrance of all time. That's just me
mm,
personally. So I think if I had to go with just two, I think if I could have those two, I'd be okay. And that's two designers at that.
no, I feel you there, man. I think for me, I like that criteria, something fresh
A little
and
versatility in it.
something, yeah, and then something maybe with, a little bit more class to it or,
Cold
more
weather,
interest.
something you can
Yeah,
do because fresh fragrances only do you so well in cold weather.
that's right.
You
You
know,
could wear them, but people
they don't have a
may
lot of
not
oomph.
smell them. That's right. So for a fresh scent, I'm tempted to choose Beach Hut, man, but
That's what I was
it's
thinking
really
for you.
not. It's really not that versatile
Mm-hmm.
because of how powerful it is and because of how mossy it is. If I want to have an air of like liveliness or youth
Mm-hmm.
on some occasions, that's not the
You're
one.
not
You
going to
just
get it there.
smell like no, yeah, I smell like I came from the golf course and I just closed some deals. That's what it smells like.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so honestly, I would choose Sedley as my fresh scent.
That's a damn good pick.
It is because it has a sexiness to it.
It does. You
It's
can do a
fresh,
lot with
yes,
Sedley.
totally.
Sedley can do
So
everything
it really
year
can.
round. It's a
So
true signature scent.
so apart from Marley Sedley would be my fresh one. And for my interesting fragrance, the first thing that comes to mind is Oud Galore from Chris Collins. I think I still need to have you smell that one if you haven't
I've had a
smelled it
bunch of
yet.
people ask me about it, and my answer is always, I know Justin raves about it. I haven't tried it yet. That's literally my answer every time
Yeah,
because it comes up more often
man.
times than you would think. I need to
Yeah,
try
I
it.
mean, right now, it's my favorite oud rose fragrance, and I wouldn't call it the most like bona fide oud rose of the genre. It's definitely a westernized version.
Hmm.
It's more on the cleaner, if you can imagine the type of oud that's an oud wood, kind of transplant that over, but it's just more buttery and has like cinnamon and has like orris in it, and it's just like incredible. Good stuff.
Here's an interesting one. Hi, Ross and Justin. Is Dior Homme Parfum that much better than Intense? I've only ever had and smelled the Intense from the Dior Homme line. Would you care to
Hmm.
weigh in first? I know my answer.
You know, it's funny. I have little experience with the original formulations of Intense. I've actually never owned a bottle.
Yeah, I've never owned
I've
the
had,
vintage style.
yeah, like 2007,
Yeah, the
2011 or
the
12.
original.
Yeah, I haven't, I've had samples of those, but it's been years since I've smelled it. But I do remember really enjoying them. Um, so honestly, I can't really speak definitively. I actually, part of this haul I got 2020 version of Intense.
I
And I
saw
have it
that in
here
your
in my
Dior Homme
hand.
post earlier,
Yeah, I have it here
and I
and
have the previous
I
version right here. I got a 5 ounce bottle
oh
of the
nice.
previous
See,
version.
I already know that I prefer the previous one to the new one. The new one is kind of like a slightly beefier Dior Homme, but not by much. But in terms of parfum, well, you know, I got to take a step back. Let me take a step back. the word better
So waxy.
is a tricky word. And they say that much better. Um,
It comes
I
down to
mean,
how much do you like sweet?
exactly.
That's my answer.
They're based on the same idea, but they are different personalities.
Hmm.
They really are. So if you want something more rugged, like a rugged, richer, stronger personality, the Parfum is the way to go. The
It's a
Parfum
much
might
more
be,
bold fragrance.
yes, it might be more polarizing for sure.
Hmm.
Whereas the Intense has its own polarizing nature because I think it's like kind of the heaviest on the iris, I would say, out of
It's
all of
the
them.
waxiest one. This
Yeah,
is the one that
yeah,
smells like the makeup bag lipstick smell that everybody talks about. This is the heaviest of the line when it comes to that scent,
yes,
but it's also the sweetest. That's
yes,
why
yes,
this one's known to dress up the best. Because with
yes,
Parfum, and I know you'll agree with me on this, that goes great with just a nice jacket in the evening. You don't have to dress that up. You can just be kind of,
yeah, agreed.
semi-formal, more casual with that. It just, fits an attitude more than an apparel,
I
in my
totally
opinion.
agree.
It's
That's a
more
great
of
way to
a
put it.
vibe than an apparel style.
That's a great way to put
Whereas
it.
this,
The
I can't
Intense,
imagine a t-shirt with this. You got it. You're buttoning up from collar to the bottom with
yes,
this fragrance.
yes, yes, agreed. Heavier on the cacao, heavier on the iris,
Yeah,
for sure.
big time on the
Um,
iris.
yeah, so
Probably the most feminine
I,
in the line, more so
yes,
than the
totally.
original.
Yeah. So as you know, I hate to disappoint you, but I can't answer that definitively. In fact, I did a review on both of these. I mean, this is years ago, and that
That's
review
one of
might be
my
done
favorite. That's
differently
actually the
today.
first Justin Copeland video I ever watched. I've watched it multiple times. It is a great video. It's based off of some
I
decants.
appreciate, man, you are
Yeah.
just so kind to
Well,
that
look,
old
long
ass
before I
video.
started doing this, you and Carlos were my guys. Y'all were who I watched. And then, it's funny how the universe works. I say that often. You're one of my closest friends these days. It's weird how that shit works out.
It is, man. But if you go back to that video, what I'm saying, I didn't plan this, but what I'm saying now is what I said then like 3 years ago. At the very end of the video, I say, so which one do I like better? And I said, I can't pick.
I
They're
know.
different. They're different
They
personalities.
are.
It depends on the situation you want a fragrance for. It depends on the kind of vibe you want to bring to a situation. So they're both worth having.
They are,
Honestly.
but I'm going to be a bit more
Yeah.
cut and dry, and I'm just going to say the
Yeah.
Parfum's better.
I know. Yeah.
For me personally,
Yeah.
the way it was worked, I don't think it can ever be done again to captivate me the way that did. Look, there's a lot of
Hmm.
fragrances that I love, and a 9.5 is a 10 for me because I refuse to give a 10 to anything because I don't think a perfect anything exists. There's no such thing as a 10 anything, in my opinion.
Hmm.
My opinion.
Hmm.
But that one gets as close to it as it can. There's a few that I would rank up there with that, but from a designer standpoint, the way they were able to, I can't wait to see what Francis Kirkjohn's going to do with the brand. Honestly,
I
I think if
am
anybody
so
can create the
curious.
next masterpiece for Dior, I think Francis Kirkjohn can definitely be that person. So this is going to take
Yeah,
Dior in a different lane, basically. I can't wait because he's a totally
totally.
different style.
Oh yeah. I'm curious. I don't know fully about I mean, because Francis Kirkjohn, he did the original Dior Homme cologne,
Yes,
the
the
original
silver
one.
stem
And
that still had
yes,
iris,
yes, which I
which
actually
I'm
haven't
still
smelled.
trying to find a bottle.
I was looking at a bottle on eBay today, but I would have had to buy it from Oman. I'm like,
Oh,
no,
geez,
for like $300 or
not
something.
worth it.
I'm like, no,
Not
no.
worth it. Just get
But
2012 Dior Homme cologne.
yeah, yeah, which I have, and
Close
it's great.
enough.
It's great. So,
Yeah.
he obviously had a little bit of a foray into the brand. I don't
Hmm.
know if he did others, because yeah, I don't remember who did. Anyway, I'm really curious because obviously he's coming in back into the Dior Homme line, and it's in a different place than it was
Hmm.
when he was first messing with it. So, we'll see where they steer him. Obviously, the creative direction there is going to be like, all right, Francis, this is what we want, and he has to execute. And obviously, you know, the Dior Homme line as it is, they're kind of like not getting rid of it, but they're pushing it to the background. Like, yeah, we know we did it. It's still here if you want to get it here. But this is the new modern stuff. So we'll see if they continue with that with him.
Dana Malik is not playing. 199 in super chat. Thank you, Dana Malik. Dior Homme Parfum and Intense are 1A and 1B. He's got 6 backup bottles. I understand not wanting to run out. I don't have that many. I have 2 75 mLs of the Parfum, and I have this 5.1 ounce bottle of the Intense. 5 ounces is lifetime for me when it comes to the amount of fragrances and the variety I like. That's lifetime for me. But I understand where you're coming from. When something's just that damn good, why risk it? If you love it that much, load up on the shit. I completely agree.
I mean, with as powerful as those fragrances can be, I think Dana Malik's great grandchildren will be set.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, if they're still sealed in boxes, you know, they're going to last a long. The top note's even going to last many, many years because it hasn't touched oxygen or anything. It's fine.
Yes. Exactly.
So this is an interesting question. One note you can't seem to get on board with. I know this is going to be completely different answers here.
Interesting.
There's a couple that kind of don't jive with me, and it's not universal for that note. It's only certain types of that note, and that's geranium and vetiver. Some geraniums are incredible to me, and you know where I'm going with this. And some geraniums and vetivers literally smell like I sprayed Raid on my skin. It smells like roach spray. Yes.
Okay. So have you tried vetiver geranium from Creed?
Yes, that's the main one that smells like roach spray on my skin. Yes. It's funny that you bring that one up.
Okay.
Smoky, earthy vetivers like Vetiver Sultan from Nishane. You and Corbin talked about it in that video. The whole time I'm watching it, I'm like, don't ever spray that on me. Don't ever put that in front of my face on a smelling rate. Justin, please don't do that to me. Because I can see myself hating that fragrance. Honestly, just because I know it's a couple different types of vetiver and it's real earthy. I'm like, ooh, not for me.
That Vetiver Sultan to me smells like very robust, freshly cut grass. Like it was just cut and you're doing push-ups on it. That's what it smells like to me. Like you're doing push-ups on this
That's
grass.
Specific.
Yes.
I like that.
All up in there. That's, I mean, from my memory. I haven't put it on my skin, though, so I don't know. No, I have a decant.
You said in that video you had a decant of it.
Yeah.
And that you forgot about it and you need to revisit it. See, I pay attention.
And I didn't revisit it. I didn't revisit it. I need to do that. I do enjoy vetiver, but I don't know if I enjoyed enough to buy that. Maybe. I'll revisit the decant. I might eat my words.
The downside is decants spoil quicker, especially if they're not done with syringes through the atomizer properly and all that. If you spray it into and you ruin the top note, they spoil very fast. So for those of you out there that don't know how to decant, just spraying it into a decant, it's going to spoil very quickly because you're atomizing it. It's hitting the oxygen differently. It's opening the fragrance up. Syringes are the way to go. You got to take the atomizer off and go through the syringe.
Yeah.
Some of you may have to use needles, but syringes, you have to do it that way.
And those little vials are not, the vials are not sealed in the way that bottles are sealed to really.
Yeah, they're not crimped and in a certain atmosphere when they're done and you know, labs and all that good stuff.
So vetiver and geranium, that's it for you. I'm sitting here trying to figure out.
So random ass fragrances said to not let me see this. Not everything's for everyone. It's all good. I'm not mad because the man don't like iris. And actually, interlude black iris, it's funny that you say that. I'm not a huge fan of that. I have a decant. And that's one of, I don't hate it. I don't dislike it. I can wear it. It just does not make me say, this is a bottle of Amouage you need. And I'm wanting to collect more and more Amouage. That's kind of what I want to spend money on next. I've slowly been starting to do that. And that's, believe it or not, the iris fragrance that does not speak to me and does not warrant me spending that amount of money on it.
Yeah, I got a decant as well. And I found it very powerful, like almost overwhelmingly so. I like it more than the original interlude from what I can, I won't say I like it more. I will say that
we had a conversation about this.
More accessible. But it's a lot of orris. It's very buttery, and it's a kind of a strange addition to the DNA. I think
Some
just
people
drop it
love
in
it.
the
Hey,
interlude.
not
Yeah,
knocking
it
people
doesn't
that
smell
do love
bad
it.
to
It's
me.
just, it doesn't
Yeah,
captivate me to buy a bottle. I'm glad I got a decant first and didn't blind buy a bottle like I normally would. But
yeah,
if you guys want
totally.
to see a funny reaction to Justin and Interlude 53 X Straight, go back and check out the smelling rate with me, him, and Andrea, where we're all sitting in the chairs with that crazy looking background on my channel. It's literally, he does one of these moves because he had no
Man, that
idea it
stuff
was
is
coming. It's blind smelling rate.
no. Yeah, and in fact, I got a decant of that, and I wore it. I've worn it once, and it was like a
It's a
freaking
lot.
minefield. It's incredible.
It's
Just
a
like
lot.
explosions
There's
all the
so
time
much
around me.
going on, and it's so heavy. That
Yeah,
might be the heaviest fragrance I've ever put on my skin.
yeah. It was like
Possibly. It's
I did
outrageous.
two sprays, and it was like I was afraid I was too much. I was like, man, I can really smell this.
Here's an interesting one. Top two boozy scents, and you can't say angel share. I wasn't going to anyway, so that works out.
Me neither, because I don't like angel share.
I like it. I just don't love it. Another one that I have a decant and it hasn't made me buy a bottle, even though I do like that one more than Black Iris, though.
Angel, I'll I don't like angel share on my skin. On my skin, it turns into burnt rubber.
They broke my
So that's
heart in a
just me.
blind smelling rate for Killian on Andrea's channel with him. I was standing there watching them film this, and when they got to it, I was doing this behind the camera, like y'all are killing me. Because I actually do
Man,
really
I
like it. I just haven't gotten around to buying it.
see. I see why people like it. It just doesn't work on me. I wish it
Mhm.
did, but it doesn't. Um, one, we can just if you want to do two, we can go back and forth. I would definitely
Hmm.
one would be fan your flames for me.
And see, you just took one from me. That's what I was going to go with. Fan Your Flame, the showstopper. That
The
is
rum is
such a
so
good fragrance.
outlandish. It is crazy how boozy that fragrance is when you first spray it.
The coconut and cedar, I don't know why. I've said this every time I've ever talked about it. It almost smells like marshmallows, like crystallized. I know that's weird. I get it. It has this bright, fizzy, almost like a crystallized smell of marshmallows. And I know it's the
Mmm,
coconut. It still smells like coconut, but the
mmm.
way it comes off with the rum and the cedar on my skin, now it's not on the paper, it's when I put it on my skin. It is such an outrageously good, unique boozy fragrance. That's why I was going to say it. Like, I kind of wish I would have went first so I could have stole it from you. It is. Guys, if you haven't tried that, try Fan Your Flames. My God, is it
Yeah,
good.
Mishane, yeah. No, I see what you mean by that. I think the tonka bean could also play a role in that as
God knows
well.
what's doing it.
Yeah,
The way that
yeah,
the elixir itself is, it's
yeah,
stunning
man.
and different. So damn,
Very different.
I gotta queue up something else now. If I had to pick, let's
Okay,
see, boozy fragrances. That's a tough one. Creation E is an easy go-to for me. I just wore that
that's a
recently.
great one.
That's a stunning fragrance. It's heralded as a
Yeah.
tobacco fragrance, but I think it's more of a
Mm-hmm.
benzoin cognac fragrance. Honestly, I don't
Mm,
find the tobacco comes out real heavy on my skin. It's noticeable, but it's mainly that Coke float, Dr. Pepper float smell up top from the
mm-hmm.
benzoin, the vanilla, that
Yeah,
heavy heliotrope, and the cognac. And
yeah.
that's definitely one of my favorite boozy fragrances as far as a cognac note's concerned.
And cognac is a good one. It's nice and sweet. That's a great scent. I think I actually wore that recently as well for the
Yeah, I'm
first
talking
time.
about the
So
Parfum Cologne as well for those of you that are
yeah,
curious.
yeah, totally. If I had to pick one more, it's kind of this is not a boozy scent, but it has a very strong boozy facet. I guess similar to Fan Your Flames, which is
Hmm.
everything is kind of happening at once, but in a very different way. But a Tabac 28 from Le Labo.
I haven't tried that.
It I need to have you try that. Tobacco, rum, spices.
Well, one of the
Um,
reasons we're doing this is I've gotten a lot of requests lately about when are we doing another blind smelling rate. I'm like, well, I don't know when the next time we're going to see each other, but I can probably get him on a live stream.
yeah, yeah. I mean, the rum. I mean, I've said it before. That fragrance, when I smell it, I imagine I am on the balcony
Hmm.
of a villa in Havana or in Miami at twilight with a glass of Havana Club rum, neat, and a Monte Cristo cigar.
That's very
Like,
specific.
and there's a warm breeze, and it's just perfect. But the
Damn.
booziness it's like sticking your nose in the glass in a way. But
So
it's
you're gonna
well
make my
blended with
answer sound
everything.
boring after that. That's a hard follow-up. Thanks.
No, man, what you got? I want to know.
1821 man-made sweet tobacco spirits. The reason
Little fun
being the
fact, I
honey
still
and
have
red
to
wine
smell that.
accord. So from what I'm
Mm,
hearing, people keep telling me newer bottles are reformulated and they don't perform. It's a parfum.
that's what I've heard as
It's
well.
super rich. I have an older bottle. I got like half a bottle. I'm gonna have to get you to smell my bottle. It's absurdly
Hmm.
powerful. I never spray it more than 3 or 4 times. And it's got this rich, robust red wine accord. It's so distinctive, a unique boozy experience with honey and tobacco. It's
Mm,
gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. I haven't smelled the newer ones. I don't know if this reformulation lacking performance has changed the
hmm.
scent. I would think it's not as robust because it doesn't perform as well, from what I hear. I can't confirm because I haven't tried it, but I have a bottle that's a few years old, and it's unique for being a honey tobacco. I
Mm,
don't have another honey tobacco that smells anything like it because of that red wine accord, and that's literally in the notes.
mm.
Red wine accords. It's very
That's
interesting
right.
and thick. It's like it's doused in honey. It's so thick, like it's almost a honey absolute type of thing, where there's actual,
Wow.
honeycomb in it almost. It's just such a thick, heavy wear, but it's to die for. It's so good. I have to use that as my
You,
second pick.
yeah, I've been hearing about it ever since I started watching fragrance videos. Not even when I started making them. We're talking
Hmm.
2016, and I still have yet to smell it. I have not
Well, I
smelled
need
it.
to remember because last time we did this, I remembered to bring Guerlain L'Homme Sport and uh
Mm,
and Cool, so you could try those last time. So I need to remember to bring
yeah,
1821 for the next time we get together. That way, and you
yeah,
need to
and I
bring
have to
Tabak
bring
28.
Tabak and
Yeah.
Oud Galore as well, so you
Yes,
can
that's the
smell it.
main one I need to
Yeah,
get my nose on for sure.
yeah, yeah,
So we're way behind on the comments. We've got 125
yeah. I'm
watching right
seeing
now. I
that.
appreciate everybody. We got
Oh,
up to like
yeah.
140 at one point.
Thank you all for being here. It's
Yeah,
great to
thank you
see
so
y'all. I
much.
see
This
Ed
is
said Triumph of Bacchus. I was gonna choose Triumph of Bacchus as well. That's a great
and
scent too.
and look, I that one crossed my mind too. That did because it's such, and this is another word I always use to describe it. Such a pure smell because of the quality. I mean, I know
Yes.
you can vouch for the oils Christian uses. It's guys,
It's
try it.
incredible. Like there's not a rough edge on that fragrance. There's not a facet of it where I'm like, yeah, I love this, but this. It's just like everything works together in harmony. It's incredible. I love it.
Where's Justin
We
on
got
clones
some.
these days? He was a big fan until Siage, if I remember correctly.
Wasn't a big fan until Siage. Ah, the
This is an
controversy.
interesting question here because I know you have many, but I
Yes.
know you don't wear many.
Yeah, mm,
Still smelling Dior Intense.
I have I have a complex relationship to clones. Um, I don't want to take up 5 minutes talking about it, but what I will say is 9 times out of 10, if I can get the original, I prefer the original.
I agree with that.
Um, I, so there's that. That's just me. If I'm going to look at just me and my taste and my life, then that is the lane I'm in. Now, that doesn't mean that there are clones I don't find pleasant. There's a lot of
Hmm.
clones I find really pleasant, and I'll wear them every now and then. Just the other day, I wore a dossier called Aromatic Ginger, which is a clone of Louis Vuitton L'Immensité,
Hmm.
and I like it
I haven't
more
tried
than
that one
Louis
yet.
Vuitton. It's a real basic bro scent, but it's there's some magic about it. I love it, and I love the
Shout outs to the
performance and
Basic
walk.
Bro video that he did.
Yes,
I like the
yet
wordplay.
another. Yeah, yet another one. If you take it too seriously, you're taking it too
Yeah,
seriously, kind of
for
vibe,
sure.
But anyway, so I love that. I love that one. I have many. Again, they're not my first picks. You're right. If I'm gonna wear if I want to wear Silver Mountain Water versus Sillage, it might depend on the situation. The last time I wore Sillage was actually like a year ago, and I went
Hmm.
cross country skiing, and I wore it because I knew I was going to be sweating the whole afternoon and it was going to last.
Hmm.
And it did. In fact, Grace was behind me and she's like, Is that Creed? And I'm like,
She's good. She's good.
yeah,
And look,
you
she
know,
was good from the
that'll,
start when she first started getting on videos. Right around that time was when I got to meet her, and she's good. She's just
she's a
getting better,
natural.
guys. She can
She's a natural.
she can pick a creed out of a pile.
Yeah.
She really
Oh yeah,
can.
she just her olfactory memory is
Her memory's
scary.
insane.
Yeah. So in regards to my channel, because there's me and then there's what I do. And I will forever be featuring clones in my content
Mhm.
because people want that stuff. People
Yeah.
want to see it. People are looking for recommendations. I want to be a credible source.
Mhm.
And if I do happen to come across one that I really like, then I'm going to say that. And I've come across more than a few over the years. So that's where I stand. That's as
I
simple
need
as I
to
can
get
put
you
it.
to try Et Sauvage Elixir from Alexandria. They nailed Sauvage
Mm,
Elixir. They nailed
I
it.
keep hearing that.
Man, did they do a good job. Have you tried Sensual Obsessions, Andy Warhol? Did Kevin ever send that one to you?
No,
That's the
no,
highlight of the
no,
house,
not
man.
that
Yeah,
one.
I need to bring that too so you can smell it. If there's one fragrance that's a must, it's his version of Andy Warhol. It's the best out there.
Mm,
I'll argue that
okay,
down with
yeah.
any
No,
clone house. It's so good.
I've been
I don't even
seeing.
care to smell Bond number nines. It's absurd to buy anyway. No need. Kevin's version is that good. There's
I've been
certain
hearing you talk
highlights
about
of
it
each
forever.
clone house, and like right now, the current highlight with Alexandria is their version of how do you say it? Limensity? Is that how you say it?
I think it's lamentate. There's a little accent on the E
Yeah,
at the end.
yeah.
Yeah.
I have that version. I haven't dove into it yet. I got a 60 ml they sent to me. I smelled it once. I just haven't wore it yet. It does smell really rich, beautiful citrus. But Et Sauvage Elixir, I would say, is the in Danger Zone. That's all I got till I get a bottle of Danger Parfum.
Mm.
2022, I will get a bottle of Danger. I'm
We
telling you,
got to
that's
get you.
that's the main fragrance. I don't care if I got to buy it. They want to send it to me, whatever. I'm getting a bottle in 2022. That's one of the best
I wore
fragrances I've
the.
ever smelled, and it's your fault
I,
that I got to smell it because I want it so bad now.
I
So
I wore it a
easy,
couple
five
weeks ago.
pounds.
It
I
was
believe that's
crazy.
pounds. Guys, can you help me choose between
Yeah.
Noxos, Tobacco, and Victorian tobacco for my next tobacco scent, please? That's different tobaccos across the board. That comes down to
Very much.
taste.
Yeah, I
Noxos
haven't
is
smelled
a gorgeous
Victorian.
honey. I haven't smelled
Is
Victorian either,
Vic
but I have
is that
experience with
from Galleria? Is that Galleria
it.
Victorian
Might be.
tobacco?
It might be. I've never tried it, so I can't weigh in on that one. But
Hmm.
Noxos is a gorgeous honey tobacco. And then with tobacco, I'm assuming you're talking about Zaharoff signature tobacco. That's a
Yeah,
balance of sweet, boozy, woody, smoky, and a lot of
and
aromatic
spicy.
leafy tobacco.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a
yeah,
little
yeah.
bit of
Man,
everything, just so well balanced. It depends on your
yeah.
skin as to which layers of it you're going to get. It's pretty
I
complex for being a
totally,
tobacco.
yeah. That's exactly the approach I would take. Yeah, they're different personalities,
Yeah,
so it
it's a
depends on where
different
your
vibe
taste
for
is.
everything you're asking about.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah,
like I said, I
yeah.
can only
So
weigh in on two of the three, but the two I do know the
yeah,
two that I know pretty well. So, any
yeah.
additional comments, my friend?
I mean, no, I weigh in on that in the same way. Naxos, if you like it has like an aromatic quality from lavender, so it's kind of a lighter tobacco, but a very dense, sweet honey that's,
Hmm.
honestly, for me, the
Realistic.
first time I smelled it, it was like too much. I was like, damn, that's like straight up honey. But as it sat on the skin, I'm like, man, this is
It gets
great.
better and better.
Yeah, and it's powerful too.
Hmm.
Tobacco for me, it smells. I mean, I would wear Naxos and tobacco in different situations. Tobacco
Hmm.
for me is not quite as formal as Naxos. I wouldn't really dress up tobacco quite as much. It has more of a
I
casual
agree.
vibe. I see it as like a holiday scent, just chilling with the family. It has a nice, the cardamom has a spiciness to it.
Hmm.
It's an easygoing scent, honestly, but it's so well put together, so well balanced. So I would kind of dress up, dress down between those two, I think,
Hmm.
in a
And
very
honestly,
general
I
way,
think you can wear tobacco in warmer situations. Now, I wouldn't want it in 110
Mm,
degree heat, but I think it'll work better
hmm.
in spring to early summer versus a
Yeah.
Naxos, which is a cold weather scent. You
Yeah,
know,
it's a little bit more transparent, just a little bit. Agreed. Let's see, we got some more here.
JC, I know you were going to say Fan Your Flames is your number one of your boozy scents. What's your guys' thoughts on Veranda? I've been wanting to try that one
Mm.
for An Asimato, I
I've
have
only
yet to try it.
I have yet to own an Asimato. I have
Same.
tried Baronda. There's a local boutique here I went to years ago, and I tried it, and I tried it on paper, and I found it incredibly different and incredibly just potent. Like the booziness. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, it's kind of more of a wine type of feel, and it
Well, I
is
know Chris from
intense.
Fragmental swears by it. So I've
Yeah,
watched
it's
his review on
intense.
it. I've seen him feature it several times.
It was a very memorable scent to me. It's one, again, I smelled it like 3 or 4 years ago, and I still remember kind of what it smells like, which tells me, okay, I need to go back to this one. So we'll see.
Michael Dinsmore, making sense. $1.99. Shout outs to Michael Dinsmore. Appreciate that. For those of you that haven't tried, and I have it right here, this particular gem, this is the highlight of the year from Making Sense. This is called Fallen Leaf. If you're just going to try one fragrance
Mm,
from Making Sense, and of course it's not going to freaking focus.
that'd
You
be
must
too
you
easy
must
if it did.
focus. Come on, one time for me. Anyways, Fallen Leaf, just go by the name. My webcam doesn't like to focus easily. But
Hmm.
most worn fragrance. For me, the fragrance I put the biggest dent in, I'm almost halfway through my bottle of Business Over Pleasure. I wear that all the time. I mean, I just got to be straight with you guys. I love it. I wear it all the
Yeah.
time. So that's an
So
easy answer for
the
me.
the way I'm gonna answer this question is I just did a video on this very topic. I encourage you guys to go watch it if you can or if you have interest to see the whole list because I
Hmm.
think the whole list is fire. But because I'm on the spot, I will reveal the number one on that list, and it is Brass and Soul by a large margin.
I mean, what'd you guys expect from us?
By a large
We released
margin.
our own
Yeah,
creations this year. Of course, that's what we wore the
yeah,
most.
yeah,
It's what I have the most
yeah,
backup bottles of, and so
yeah,
you know,
exactly.
I had to talk this one into getting backup bottles. He's like, you know what? I didn't even think about that. That's a great idea. I'm like, well, when they're gone, they're gone. Why would you get a couple of
Yeah,
bottles?
exactly. Yeah, it's like, and I'm glad because I'm a good almost halfway through mine. Just not quite, but maybe like
Yeah, I'm
more than a
almost at the
third, I'd
halfway
say.
point. And
Yeah.
the main time I wear it is when I use my shave set because I have my prototype shave soap plus the production one. So I had two shave soaps. So I'm sparing
Yeah,
with my aftershave, but I go
yeah,
to town with my soap, and I give myself a few
yeah,
sprays of the fragrance.
yeah, yeah. If only I shaved, I would do the
Yeah,
same.
he has no reason to shave. He doesn't grow facial hair. That chin hair right there, he's been working on that since high school.
Yeah, life's work. Life's work.
So watch of the day. I am wearing my Russian triple CP 24 hour
Nice.
automatic that I got from Watch Gang. It's
You
become
still been
kind of
messing
my
with them
favorite watch.
regularly?
No, after those four spins, wheel spins I did, I got the four watches. This was the membership wheel that I did where I ended up landing on a platinum 1 month was my win for $100. So it was black
Mm,
tier price. I got the $300 platinum. And honestly, it's very unique because it's a 24-hour movement. It's 24 hours on the dial all the way around.
wow.
Like like right now, actually, let me see if I can get it to focus for you so you can see the dial. That would just be peachy. If I go close, maybe it
Oh
will.
yeah, it's focusing.
See how it's 24 hours all the way around.
Yeah,
So
that's awesome.
literally, once you get to 1 o'clock in the afternoon, which I need to reset it, I just powered it up and didn't set the time. But 13 would be 1 o'clock. I just
Yeah,
shook it a little bit and threw the watch on. I didn't set the time today. Um,
sure.
which you wearing one of
Beautiful
your
watch.
citizens today, or are you not wearing a watch?
Not yet. I mean, I just literally hopped out the shower before I sat
Mhm.
down here. So I'm gonna have to actually go out when we're done here and do some Christmas shopping. So yeah, I'll probably throw on a citizen.
Last minute, are we?
Very, as always.
Yeah. It's only
Especially before I go
3 days
home.
before Christmas Eve. Why not?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's. We're getting way behind. It's so easy,
Yeah, I
and I
keep seeing
appreciate all
people.
134 of you watching. The downside is we get behind on comments pretty fast.
Yes, indeed. But I'm
Which
so
fragrance
appreciative.
do you love that you wish performed better? This is such a funny comment for both of us. Okay, that's why I'm pinning it because performance doesn't bother
Okay.
us. As long as I get a few
Yes.
hours and it smells great, that's all I care about. long as I get 3 or
Right.
4 hours, I don't mind refreshing.
You speak for both of us. But if we were to entertain the question,
Yeah,
because I feel the same way. It's like if I love the scent, I'm
that's all that
good.
matters
I'm good.
for us.
Like,
We're
yeah,
like-minded.
yeah. But if there is one that I wish performed a little better, and by perform, I care way more about longevity than I
Hmm.
do projection. And
Same.
honestly, I think the measurement of projection is still kind of a very strange thing to me. It's been happening in the
It's
community for
difficult
years
to
and
measure.
years.
It is.
You
I
know,
kind of
it's
have a
like
little
two
bit of a
arms length,
formula with
and
how I can smell it and
yeah,
reactions I get. I'm always being observant
yeah,
just in case, so I can gather data when I'm working on a review. That's why
yeah,
some reviews take longer than others, because it takes forever to get certain
yeah,
data points, you know?
yeah, of course. Uh, I would go with probably Luministe from Frappan. I don't know if you've smelled that
I
one.
have not.
That
I have
might
not.
be my favorite. It's hard to say if it's my favorite, but it's in the top three of my favorite juniper berry, like gin fragrances. That thing is mouth-watering. Like even just thinking about it, my mouth is watering right now. The citruses are so juicy, sharp, green, cooling gin, juniper berry, and it's just like it is a ray of sunshine. It's incredible, but 3, 4 hours, it's like you know.
Yeah, from the video, doing all that shit. So my answer is in the same vein, actually, and it's one that relates to both of our channels pretty strongly. 3 a.m. I
Okay.
wish 3 a.m. was like a 6 or 7 hour fragrance, so I didn't have to refresh so
Yeah.
often. That's a fresh gin juniper fragrance too, and
Yeah.
it's gorgeous. It's unique. It's so enjoyable and crazy cheap, and it performs like it's
Yeah.
crazy cheap, unfortunately. But
I yeah.
you can spray it super heavy, and I get like 3 hours out of it. And look, I don't mind it,
Yeah.
but I wish I could get double. If I could get 6 hours, I think that would be like, it's already a hidden cheapy gem as is.
Hmm.
Imagine if it gave everybody 6, 7 hours of longevity, what people would
Exactly.
say about it, you know?
I mean, in all fairness, you can soak yourself with that
Yes.
bottle.
You can bathe in that fragrance and it's not going to be
It is.
overdone at all.
I still have you seen an atomizer like that anywhere else?
It's the best in the game. I don't care what
Like,
anybody
where did
says.
that
I'll
come
argue that
from?
versus anything.
Like, well, who makes that atomizer? Like, where?
I don't know. I don't think it's a patent that they have. I wouldn't think,
No,
anyways. You
it's
would think more
insane. I've never.
companies would have caught on to that atomizer because it blows
I
Dior's
mean,
atomizer out the way.
yeah. I mean,
Dior's like
there's no
second fiddle
subtlety
to
with
it.
it. Yeah, I mean, there's no subtlety with it at all. Like you can think about like the OG creeds, which were like wide, just
Yeah, it's a
Parker and
cloud. Yeah,
Marley's also pretty robust. Yeah, the Dior. I find the Dior to be a nice, consistent, long mist, but not a ton of quantity in
hmm.
relation to something like 3 a.m. or even the old creeds. Because at least for me, they're more narrow, which means that they're not
But
covering quite the
3 a.m.
same area.
really atomizes, but doesn't
That
go
thing is
too
a fire
wide.
hose.
Yeah,
It's a
it'll
fire
shoot this
hose.
damn far, but the stream's about this wide, well misted and consistent, and it's a fragrance you can get for $12 frickin'.
It's crazy.
I know, man.
Like
I
like Sean
agree.
Combs is yeah,
I
it's
mean, I'm sure he had
insane.
nothing to do with picking the atomizer,
No,
but
no,
whoever
he's like,
did
yeah,
was
I
a
mean, he's like,
genius.
oh, so what's the final fragrance? Smells good. Yeah, put it out. All right.
So this
It's like,
gentleman gets 6 hours from 3 a.m. Congratulations on the great skin chemistry. I wish.
you know, I feel like
Congratulations.
I do typically get 5 to 6 with
I
3
don't.
a.m., but no more than that. Like it'll cap out.
I'm a 3 to 4 hour guy, and I always make sure to
Mm,
spray across my shirt and everything real good. Like one
okay,
big one going
okay,
and one big one coming back across.
okay. Yeah,
Because you
that's
can
a lot of
literally
fragrance.
do
Yeah,
this.
yeah. You can move. You can just
It's
pan that thing,
crazy.
and
Like
it's
you
like
could go
spray
all the way
paint.
around your neck with one spray
Yeah,
smoothly
seriously.
if you want to.
It
It's
is.
crazy
Yeah,
how that
again,
shit
it's
works.
like you're spraying graffiti on yourself, just the way it comes out. It's crazy.
So
Okay,
after his
now,
video
yes.
was when I decided I needed a bottle too. I can't sit here and act like he didn't sway me. This is the one opinion I trust the most because we have similar
Oh
taste.
man.
I know him well enough to know how his mind works when it comes to these fragrances. So if he's raving about something, I'm probably going to end up liking it. He's yet to steer me wrong. So I'm with you on Pacha de Cartier Parfum.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I haven't gotten the
You've made
original,
me.
but the Parfum's how he's gotten me so far.
The
As far as
original is a
Cartier.
different beast. The
Yeah.
original, you definitely got to like a more mature vibe.
Mhm.
It
Which
is
I
like, yeah, it's crazy to me how much richness and quality it has, and
It's
again,
cheap
it's
too. You
pretty
can get a
strong.
tester so
Yeah,
cheap.
yeah, like under $50 for sure, I would say.
Mhm. Really,
So it's
I've
it's
seen them without a cap in the 30 some odd dollar range for the original, for the
mm,
EDT. Newer
mm,
versions, obviously. The older
yeah,
there's
but
vintage
even
ones
no,
all over
still,
eBay. They're
I
still not
mean,
that
but
bad.
the new ones are. I don't want to go near an old one. I don't think I need that.
Don't need to
It's like
bother.
a good eight. It's an 8 hour fragrance, like easy
And that's plenty.
barbershop. Yeah,
Sweet
but
spot for me is 6 to 8 hours. If I can get that, I don't need any more. I'm good. If I hit the 8 hour
it's
mark, that's a great performer for me. I'm good.
it's incredible. You in fact, I did watch your most complimented video yesterday, and you've made me several times want to revisit Cedrat Boise. I haven't smelled it in a very long time. I've almost bought bottles over the past year or two,
Mhm.
but I've been hesitant, and I feel like I'm such a hypocrite. I'm falling prey to people saying like, "Yeah, it doesn't last like it did." I'm just like,
Last
"Oh
fine for
no," because
me.
I was,
Anthony
but I've
gets
heard
great
that like it's
performance.
still strong. It's like doesn't last as in it's like
Yeah.
8+ hours now instead of
Well, look,
15.
Anthony's bottle's newer than mine. Mine's from like 2018, and his is like a 2020 bottle, and he gets like 6 8 hours out of it, and that's plenty. And literally in
Yeah.
Andrea's stories earlier, they were asking her between that and something else, and in typical, she's like,
Mm.
"Listen to me, guys, Cidre Boise, period." And it went to the next slide. So I knew her
See,
answer on that as soon as I saw
I
it.
think
It's a good one, man.
I'm gonna blind buy it. I'm just gonna do it.
Just roll with it, man. And look,
Did
Kareem
you
just posted that he got the intense.
I didn't know I was just gonna
He
mention
got it.
about the
He's in
intense. He
Switzerland.
got it. Okay.
So it's over in
I'm
Europe now.
curious. You
I'm gonna
know,
get it. It's got
I'm
oud.
I
That's the
think I'm
one thing I've noticed is that they
yeah,
added oud.
I think I'm gonna get it as well. I'm still partially well, I want to smell it first because when I first
Not
heard
me. I'm
about it,
rolling with it.
I saw Sebastian's video about it, and he was just kind of like, "Oh, we heard about it. This I don't have anything, but someone sent me a picture." And my first thought was I was kind of salty. I was like, "Here we go again," like the old bait and switch
Well,
kind of
at
thing.
least they're
Like
changing the scent profile a little more. It looks like
exactly,
they're actually
exactly.
intensifying it.
And
I don't like
yeah,
if you put intense on a fragrance that's not an intense version of the original. If you're going to call it intense, it needs to literally be an intense,
yeah,
stronger, more punch you in the face version of the original, not a different fragrance, not capitalizing off a name. And it looks like that's what they're doing from what I
yeah.
remember of the note breakdown.
Well, and again, that is the very reason. Even that would make me honestly, ironically, more upset
Really?
because again, this is a thing that's happened many times. You have the original fragrance.
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, this could be different because it could have a slightly different scent profile.
That's
But
what I
you have the
meant
original.
by it's
Yeah,
intent. When you
yeah,
intensify something, it's going to be more edgy than the
yeah,
original. That's I didn't clarify completely. I don't mean exactly the
yeah.
same, just stronger. Let me make
No,
sure.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, yeah, putting out a fragrance, reformulating it, and then re-releasing in
And
an
then an
intense
intense or an
version.
EDP or
And
a
it's like, oh,
parfum or
and it's like, wait a minute. So now again, we'll have to see what it smells like. If it
mhm.
smells like the original, then it's like, okay, so why did you have to reformulate the original if you could have just done this kind of thing? So now we got to get the intense for a premium. Anyway, that so many brands have done that, and we know
You're
why.
right.
It's not because of artistic integrity. It's because
No,
of
it's money grab.
the
Yeah.
gram.
Yeah, it's all about the
So,
money.
and yeah. So, but I'm really curious. I'm probably going to blind buy it and just see what they did.
So from what I've heard, it is. I can't confirm. I haven't reached out to Paco Rabanne or talked to any reps or anything. I just go off of rumblings I hear from you guys that I see across social media. That's what I've heard. that Invictus Aqua 2018
2018.
is discontinued. It's been a couple of months I've been hearing this now. Like I said, I can't confirm. I haven't reached out to the brand or anything like that. I don't have any emails from a rep or anything, any insider info. I just go off of the rumblings. It's ear to the streets kind of thing for me.
Yeah. This is the first I'm hearing about this.
Really?
And yeah. And at first it came off as odd. I'm like, oh, why? It's weird that they would do it again. But it makes sense because the first one, I don't know why they discontinued the first one to begin with. Because I'm pretty sure the second one was a response to people like,
yeah, it had to be.
Please, but it was not as well received as the first.
And I actually like it more.
And yeah,
my favorite fragrance.
I think Jeremy Fragrance is unfortunately a very strong proponent of that fragrance not doing well, because he said it wasn't very good when it came out, the 2018. He said it's not as good as the original. So
that was around the height of his influencing power too, was around 2018.
Yes, 2018.
It's funny that you linked the timeline. That makes sense.
Yeah. So I think a lot of people just passed it for that reason.
I actually love it. It's my favorite fragrance. As weird as that sounds, for those of you that don't know, Invictus Aqua 2018, out of all the niche fragrances I have a great Raja collection at this point and everything. Invictus Aqua is my favorite. I know that's weird. Wow. I get it. We like what we like.
In fact, I have yet to wear the 2018. I know I've smelled it. I know I like it. I used to own the 2016.
It's not as synthetic as the 2016. Still synthetic. It's not it's not as sharp.
If that's the case, then because I like the 2016, but I did find it pretty sharp. But the 2018,
it's not as sharp.
At least on paper, I remember it being smoother.
It's not as tart and astringent of a grapefruit note. It's toned down.
Okay.
And it's a little more focused on the violet and stuff like this, a little more powdery.
Cool.
Love it.
By the way, I got maybe like 15 more minutes tops.
No worries. We've done an hour. I mean, that'll put us in an hour and a half. That's plenty. I mean, we'll just keep answering questions for now, interact with everybody watching, because 143 people, I appreciate all of you being here. I really do. All this is us being on screen for our usual hour to hour and a half conversations we have here and there. Mm-hmm. Is that fair to say, Justin? This is kind of the same shit we always talk about.
That's exactly it. We got a live audience for it.
That's really what it is. Yeah. Let's see. Any of y'all tried Pasha Cartier Edition Noir? That smells really good. Got a free sample box from Bloomingdale's. That one intrigues me because I know there's an iris note in that one. That's the black bottle.
Give me 1 second. I have a travel spray that I haven't smelled yet. I'm going to smell it right now.
Alive first impressions. Here we go. Now we're talking. I'm glad you made this comment. So now I can get some insight.
We'll add a little bit of drama to this. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. Grab a test strip.
Uh-oh. The test strip can tell lies.
It sure can. Mm-hmm. But I just showered, so I'm like, I don't want to. I haven't even put on a scent of the day yet.
That's the thing. You don't want to ruin what you're going to wear.
Yeah, and I have stuff all over me already anyway.
Because right now I'm layered with Zaharoff Signature Tobacco and Dior Homme Intense. It's strong. I sprayed my hand like one.
So I got the little.
That's a travel atomizer.
Yeah.
That's several wearings right there.
Yes, it is. This is it's a good 10 mil. It's good.
That's plenty.
Yeah. So
you'll know if you want a bottle by the end of that, if you ever go through it.
For sure. Let's see. Here's the thing. Before I smell it, I smelled this years ago in a video, and I remember not liking it. Like, I almost repulsed by it.
Really? Because I think they have like C notes and stuff like that in there, maybe rose and iris or something. I don't remember exactly. Pull up the notes. Quick.
This is a testament to how things change. I can distinctly remember what I smelled in this video I did like 3 years ago. And it didn't make any sense to me. This smells very nice. I'm not reminded of anything dealing with the original at all. Like, I don't know why this is a flanker. Maybe on skin it would become more apparent. But
yeah, because this looks nothing like the original, according to the notes here.
It's definitely like a fresh floral. It's quite sweet.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so there is iris and violet.
Yeah,
The
iris
violet, I
and
think, is
violet and
making this
heliotrope.
pretty
So that
sweet.
makes sense why it's very floral.
Yeah, and there's the mint is definitely coming through. The aquatic notes are definitely coming through. This is nice. Again, I don't see it as a flanker, but it's really good. I have to check it out on skin. There is this kind of darkness to it. There's a musky darkness that almost begs for what the name says, almost like a nighttime kind of vibe. I
Does
can
it
see
give
it
you like a cloves or
being
cumin
dressed
type
up.
of smell, maybe?
No,
Nothing
there's
like that for
nothing rough
darkness?
about it at all. Nothing rough. Um, there's maybe more a warmth, I would say, more than a darkness. There's a warmth here in the
Shout outs
background.
to an unaverage Joe, $1.99 super chat. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate you. Pasha Edition Noir or Blue Electrique for a night out. I mean, I'm going to go with Blue Electrique personally, and I haven't smelled
Mm.
Pasha Edition Noir. So you would be the man to weigh in here.
Well, I have a decanted Blue Electric that I've spent a little bit of time with, and to me, it smells like my bottle of La Nuit from 2013. So
Mm-hmm.
for me, the decision is La Nuit de l'Homme or this.
Yeah,
And I choose La Nuit de l'Homme, which means I choose
I
Blue
would. I
Electric by
probably would
default.
too. Not even smelling
Yeah,
that, I'm going to go that route too. Blue
yeah,
Electrique for
yeah.
me, I feel like the lavender's heightened. I feel like it's much more aromatic and a little soapy than the original. I think that's the only distinction I can pick up that's different from
Mm,
old Lana Wheat DeLome versus Blue Electric. That's just my take. And I actually prefer it to vintage Lana Wheat because I love a good lavender note. And I
mm,
feel like they did good
mm,
adding a high, they put more of it. There's a higher percentage of
mm.
lavender versus the original, I find. Newer versions of
Sure.
the original, anyways.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I mean, I love my bottle. My bottle's it's rich and it's still pretty aromatic, but maybe not quite as much as Blue Electric.
Hey, JC, thanks for liking my
Uh,
post on IG. James Darnell, it helps coming from you.
oh, James, I didn't know this was you. I see your name in my comments all the time, and I didn't connect the two. So yeah, of course, man.
Shout outs to James.
Good to see you, bro.
Oh, look, while you're hanging out on Fragrantica, check out the new Givenchy Gentleman Eau de
Givenchy gentleman.
Parfum Reserve Privé. I didn't even know this was a thing.
Didn't know this either.
That must have
Honestly, I am
just
so
released.
behind. I'm
Yeah,
so
same.
behind on this collection.
There's so much that comes out, man. I'm just gonna type in Givenchy Privé.
Parfum, Eau de
Wow. Okay,
Parfum Reserve Privé. That's
it's a
such a
thing.
complicated name.
It's here we go. I'm about to pull it up on screen. It's a thing.
Eau de Parfum Reserve Privé.
Yeah,
Whoa, now.
iris, powdery, according to the Accords,
That's a
earthy.
beautiful
The
bottle.
bottle's gorgeous.
I'm a
So
sucker
this
for
just
ambery
dropped. It's
colors.
coming out in 2022. It's not even out yet.
Okay,
It's an amber
wow.
vanilla,
Oh,
chestnut, iris, whiskey, amber, and bergamot.
chestnut.
Whiskey. That
Okay.
intrigues me. Whiskey with iris.
Whisk. Oh,
That's interesting.
interesting. That is. You know,
Brian, thank you
I'm
for
I'm
letting me
I'm
know. I did not know.
I'm gonna assume that there's more to it than that because the brands are doing this where they're just giving you like six
Yeah, I
notes.
think they're trying to throw the
But
little clone houses off.
yeah,
That bottle's
yeah.
gorgeous.
I gotta say, man, this edition noir is getting better and better. It smells really
Is
good.
there potential for it being your scent of the evening?
Uh,
I mean, you got plenty of
I'm
juice.
I'm I know I might I'll make it a contender. We'll see
That's a
about it.
no.
I'll put it aside with some. No, it's. I mean, it is not a unanimous. Like, yes, I'm wearing this. I will consider it. It wasn't what I was planning to wear. I didn't know what I was planning to wear
Same
though.
color
So
scheme as Code Profumo. I agree, but I think there's a little more
exactly.
like a burnt orange color going for it
Yeah.
than the gold
Yeah.
color Profumo. At least
Totally.
how it looks in the picture. That's gorgeous looking.
Yeah. Totally. You know. Also, same with like Mont Blanc Legend Night. Um, what else has that? That kind of that dark black to gradient to the orange.
Yeah,
That looks great.
I think
Again,
the
I'm so
Boise
behind on
bottle
that
looks good
collection.
too. The Boise bottle looks really good. It goes from black to gray to clear, mostly
That's right.
clear at the bottom, anyways.
Yeah.
That's another good one. It's pretty cheap these days. You can get around $50. That's a solid woody, spicy iris. It doesn't have that
Mm.
creaminess of and that balminess of the EDP. I still like the EDP a little bit more, but that's just me.
Mm. DDP is still your favorite one?
Yeah, that's still my favorite. Between the gentleman only fragrances I have and the regular
Yeah.
gentleman line, it's still my
Yeah.
favorite. Yeah, Iris and whiskey. I agree. This is going to be one that I'm going to probably end up blind buying at some point. If I can find a decent
Iris and
price on a
whiskey.
tester or
Wow.
something like that, I'll probably pull the trigger.
I just I just really hope that the whiskey is noticeable.
Same. I hope it doesn't overpower
Yeah.
it though at the same
Yeah.
time because it can be too much. I don't want to
Yeah.
just smell like I've been drinking.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, designer brands, they never overdo the boozy notes these days.
So 1
But I
million
hope it's
Privé,
there.
yes. Yes, big
Yep.
fans from Canada.
Discontinued.
Appreciate that. They are popping
Yeah.
up at Burlington. I don't know if you have that in Canada. Here in the States, $45 for those of you listening. 44.95, 44.99, whatever. 100 mLs are popping up at Burlington. Have been for the last 4 to 6 weeks. People have been posting it every time they find it in my Facebook group. I've been seeing them pop up on Instagram. Be on the
Yeah.
lookout. Be like a vulture hovering around your Burlingtons. They are popping up if you're looking for it.
Prices online are going up for
Yeah, you
sure.
don't want to buy it online right now. Your best bet is
Yeah.
Burlington.
Totally.
Let's see. Just check seller reviews. Anything under 98%, I don't mess with. I don't blame you. You got to research these online sellers. eBay is a
Yeah.
good place to buy fragrances. I do that regularly. I have for years. You just got to, you find a few legit wholesalers and
Yep.
discounters to deal with. Perfume Empire, Forever Lux, One
Yeah.
Perfume, E-Discount Perfumes. All the places I talk about
Yeah.
regularly, I go back to them over and over because I know I can trust to buy
Yep.
from them.
Credible sources, tons of reviews. Yeah.
And this is more good advice. Do not buy from the Russian Federation on
From the
eBay.
Russian Federation.
Do not do that.
Yeah.
Wasting your money.
Yeah.
Oh, but man, they
Yes.
got this niche fragrance for, $200 less than anybody else. There's a reason. Because it's
Yes.
not real.
Yeah.
It is not
Yeah.
real.
Yeah. Reflection man for $60. Run.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, buy it. Great move. Good buy. Spread that around. Let everybody. So
Yeah.
you have tobacco oud, don't you? Do you not?
I have
Have
tobacco
you
oud, the
tried the
original.
intense?
I was just trying to remember if I have once I saw that pop up. I know I've tried oud wood intense.
I haven't tried oud wood
I
intense.
think
I've tried tobacco oud and oud wood.
Corbin has tobacco oud intense, if I'm not mistaken, and he did have me try it. I just don't remember
Just
if
don't remember
I
it.
don't remember what it smelled like. But tobacco oud is. I almost wore that last night, but I decided against it.
See, if we
I
want
love
scent
that stuff.
memory and recollection of one time smelling something, we need Grace to smell it and her to get on camera because she'll
That's
remember.
how it works. She's
She
just like,
will
oh
remember.
yes, I remember. Yeah, it was you're about to go
You
to
wore
this
this
meeting,
on
and
this day at 6:35 p.m. We were here on our way out the door.
she
She really is
remembers.
that
Yeah,
good, guys.
she really is.
So according to Dave, that is his favorite Tom Ford fragrance. So that's pretty high praise.
Wow.
That's pretty high
Okay.
praise. And Dave has gotten
And
his
I know
nose
it's
on some pretty serious
discontinued.
stuff.
Yeah, I know it's discontinued, but see, I have to try to get my hands on it.
So we got a PDM sighting, 504 Lefty. Shout outs. That's my guy. He follows me on a bunch of different platforms. It's got an 8 ml of Carlisle, Leighton, and Pegasus exclusive. Still my favorites. That's 3 great ones.
Mm,
That's a good lineup right there from
mm.
PDM. Have you tried Pegasus
Yeah,
exclusive?
no,
I need to bring it. I have a
I haven't
decant.
tried it.
The way
Still have
I've
not tried
described
it.
it is too redundant if you have Pegasus, but if you don't have either one, it's the one to get because they added
Okay.
oud, they darkened it up a bit. It doesn't have as much of a cold. Have you smelled the original Pegasus?
Yeah.
So it's got that milky, creamy, cold opening. That's toned
Mm-hmm.
back in the exclusive because they warmed it up and darkened it so much. It
Okay.
is the better version. I would call it the definitive version, technically. But if you have
Okay.
Pegasus, super redundant. Not different
Okay.
enough. Don't buy.
Got it. Got it.
So, are you feeling any better
Yeah.
about Carlisle? Because that's one I love that I know you're still kind of indifferent about. Well, you were anyways.
Yeah, I would say it's a little better. In fact, I just included it in a recent video.
Mm-hmm.
And, again, similar to Angel's Share, I see why people like it, but it doesn't work on my skin.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, it gets bitter on my skin. Only for like the first, I mean, not only, for like the first hour to 2 hours, which is like I don't want to put on a fragrance and have to wait an hour or 2 hours before I like it.
I wonder
But
what that
on
could
my
be
skin,
doing
that's
that.
what it does. I was thinking maybe the patchouli. I don't know what else it would be unless there's something
Maybe
in there that we just
do
don't
you
know
have any
what's
skin
listed.
chemistry issues with Opinox that you can recall? That particular resin? Do any other
No,
fragrances with that turn bitter for you? Because I find it's
no. I
pretty.
mean,
That's real dominant on my skin is the Opinox. Very very resinous. So I didn't know if it
I don't.
shines on
Yeah,
you or not.
I'm not sure. I mean, I don't remember if that's a bass note, and if it is,
It's a base
I
note.
would imagine. Then I would imagine that if it were a bass note, then I would. And then if that's what it was that I didn't like, I wouldn't like Carlisle at all because after 1 or 2 hours, that would really be
You're good.
shining through.
Yeah, because you're good after a few hours. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Because it does shine through
yeah,
more and more as it dries.
yeah. I mean, as it sits on the skin, I like it more.
Mhm.
It loses that kind of rubbery feel, and it's sweet and spicy and warm and kind of dessert-like in a way, but still has this kind of brashness, darkness underneath that's cool. I like it more when I smell it around me than when I smell it up close, for
Directly off
sure.
skin. Better in the air. That
Yeah,
makes sense. So
yeah.
I haven't tried the new 1 million elixir. Have you had an opportunity?
I am way behind. I didn't know
Same.
this was a thing.
I just saw
Can
eye
we pull
fragrance
this up?
talk about it. Yeah, I
Is it on
just saw eye
Fragrantica?
fragrance. Eye fragrance pulled it up. So if it's not on Fragrantica, it is on eye fragrance.
Man, well, we know who they're following with that.
No, so it's not on Fragrantica. So shout outs to eye fragrance. Actually, we're gonna go to
1
IG.
million elixir. Wow. I'm waiting
Yep.
for Blue de Chanel elixir to come out. Just waiting on it.
That's what I'm waiting for too. I thought they would beat Paco Rabanne to it, honestly. So it must just be in their stories. Let me do the
Okay.
screen share.
And by the way, I don't know if you can hear me, but I cannot hear you anymore.
Whoops. Can
There
you
you
hear me
are.
now?
Yeah, gotcha.
I accidentally turned myself off, apparently. So they have Sidrat Intense, Sicilian citrus fruit, spices, and black currant, patchouli, jasmine, leathery notes. So that's a little different.
Mm,
Cambodian oud, white
okay.
sandalwood, vanilla, white musk, and oak moss. So I have a feeling the oak moss is probably going to be a bit heavier here because
Yeah,
it's not heavy in the original.
I am intrigued.
I am too.
I'm assuming it's only available to buy overseas for us at this point.
Currently, it's in Europe. That's why
Okay.
Kareem's got it already. He's in
Have you
Switzerland.
looked at any pricing on it yet?
I would assume it's retail like the rest of them for 180. Most of them are 180 US when they come out
And that's
retail.
before shipping.
Yeah. So
All
I'm
right.
gonna wait till it gets to the States.
Yeah.
Hopefully one of the distributors I mess with, like a Venba Fragrance. I don't know if Steve will get it
Mm-hmm.
quickly or whatever. And I can get it if I can get it for around 100, $120, I'm jumping on it. I'm not even gonna
Yeah.
wait for it to get under 100. If I can get it close
Yeah.
to 100, I'm gonna jump on it because I think I'm gonna love this.
Yeah, it
Because it's
looks
not a
great.
drastic difference. I feel like there's a balance difference. I feel like the spices are going to add to it, this leathery note and that oud.
Ooh,
I think
yeah, I'm
what's going to
curious.
change this.
But if it keeps that sweet appeal, yeah, I think that'll be good.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna like it. So we're an hour and 33 minutes in. You got to get going. I know
Yes,
you
in
told me like
fact,
20 minutes ago you had 15 minutes.
yeah, man, yeah, I gotta get going. And in fact, I didn't end up eating before we
Ah,
because I had to choose between showering or eating, and it's like, all right, I'm not gonna look like a mess
yeah, you
on
don't want to be
camera,
all
so I
greasy.
showered.
Just finished doing
So
push-ups and
yeah,
everything.
yeah. So I am thoroughly hungry. So I'm gonna get some to
Well,
eat.
Justin, I greatly appreciate you spending an hour and a half with us. We got 139 viewers. I appreciate all of you that jumped in. Sorry
Thank you
we couldn't get to
guys.
all the comments. That's
Yeah,
the trade-off. When you have a lot of people watching that are active, it's easy to get behind in the comments. I'm going to stay behind for a few more minutes with you guys and try to catch up on some of these comments.
cool.
But Justin, thank you again for doing this, man. This was fun. I'm glad we could catch up before the holidays. The timing kind of worked out perfectly because we're both traveling
Perfectly.
tomorrow.
Perfectly. Yeah, man. Well, I appreciate you having me, and we definitely got to do this again.
Absolutely. Look,
Yeah,
after January 1, I'm down to do it again. We could do it here. We could do it on your channel. I'm
yeah,
anytime you want to do anything, I'm always up
yeah,
for it. I'll always make time.
totally. Yeah, would love to.
All right,
Yeah,
my brother. Well, I appreciate
hope
you stopping in, and hope you have a great holiday season. Give Grace a big hug for me when you see her, and you and your family have a Merry Christmas, my friend.
you do the same. Thank you, brother. And all you guys watching, Merry Christmas to you guys. Thank you for hanging out and for asking great questions. And yeah, we'll talk to you soon. Well, I will. Ross will be
Yeah, I'm
here.
gonna hang
So,
around for a little bit and answer some more
yeah,
of the comments for you guys.
yeah. All
All
right.
right, thank you,
See
my
y'all
friend.
later. Later.
All right, I appreciate Justin coming in. It's always nice when I get to catch up with him. Zed Creators in the building. Yep, 2 out of the 3 for sure. And then George is over here in the comments, the head of the table, I guess you could say. Stacks in the building. Let me scroll back a little bit, catch up with some of you guys. I appreciate everybody that stopped in to check us out. Like I said, majority of what you heard here, aside from the interaction with you guys, is a typical conversation with me and Justin. This is the kind of stuff we talk about all the time. We don't always just talk about fragrances. Obviously, there's more substance to our conversations than just talking about the content we make. But the content related stuff, we just basically did on camera for you guys is how you could look at it, because I really love the direction he's taken with his channel. One of the things that I'm trying to change about my channel is what we're doing right now, adding more live stream content, more interactions with you guys. I want to do one midday during the week and hopefully one late night, as I've dubbed it, TLTG Reviews After Dark Live. I'd like to do one of those in the evenings on the weekends, because I don't want to interfere with Joey's streams and stuff like that. Shout outs to Cannoli Mafia. Joey, if you happen to see this, I know on average Joe and a few others are in here. I don't, out of respect for Joey, I don't want to stream around the same time as Joey. If anything, I'd like to get more viewers to Joey. So check out I Am Joey Cannoli if you guys have not. It's not strictly fragrance. It's a lot of satire. It's a lot of goofing off. It's a lot of dick and fart joke humor. It's hilarious. They do karaoke night. Mental Health Mondays was last night. There's always a different topic and different things with different people jumping in and out. Make sure y'all check out I Am Joey Cannoli. Let's see. Let me catch back up. Devin, I appreciate you jumping in, my man. Good to see you as always. Okay. Another comment for Justin. Have a good Christmas and New Year's. Adam, I appreciate that. Thank you, man. Thanks for the live. Both have a happy holidays. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate that. Mr. James, you have a wonderful day. That was for Justin. Stacks. Merry Christmas, JC. Peace, Justin. So he's out. So do y'all have any more questions for me? I'll hang out for a few more minutes. As you can see, the sun's starting to go down. I probably should turn a ring light or something like that on, but I'll hang around for a few more minutes if you guys want to chat. Let's see. We should take on Paco Pure XS. So I actually have not tried that one. I've kind of put off getting it for a long time. I'm bad at procrastinating certain fragrances, and that's one of them. So I can't weigh in on that. Jen, Merry Christmas to you as well. Fox Accord in the house. Be easy. Got to head out. Louis, appreciate you, my man. Why doesn't Andrea ever do lives? Is she shy on live? Yes, you answered your own question. She does not like to do lives. She prefers to do pre-recorded stuff. She gets anxiety, and I understand. I was like that for a long time. I didn't like doing the live streams. Shout outs to Andrea. But she's good at what she does, and she is a ball of positive energy if you ever get an opportunity to be around her. Fox Gang, love it. Stacks Pack. Got a 69 down in the comments for the Mafia. Mafia members, definitely drop a 69 if you feel like giving Joey a nice little shout out. And hate I missed most of the live. All good, my man. I appreciate you stopping in. New York Intense, I have not tried. I've heard that's one of the highlights of the house, though. I definitely need to get a discovery set and dive into them more. Ombre Noir from Lilac, I haven't tried it. To you, it's very similar, so that's good to know. If it is very similar, that could be a nice little more affordable designer way to smell Fan Your Flames. I did not know that. Love Halloween Man Hero. Me too. That's a good replacement for those of you looking for Invictus Aqua 2018. I did a review on that one recently. From what I understand it is, I've seen mixed things. I had an email from a rep telling me it was. Then I've seen an email from a rep saying it wasn't. So who knows? Appreciate you, Louie. Perry Ellis Portfolio Elite. That what are some similar scent profiles? So classic barbershop. It's very similar to Chanel Platinum Egoiste. It's basically a cheaper version of that. So things that if you look on Fragrantica that say they're similar to Chanel Platinum Egoiste are going to be similar to Portfolio Elite. I don't know. It may have been. The bottle I have is outrageously cloying and powerful. I don't know if newer ones are. Oh, you met up with Steve today? Shout outs to you, Stacks. Yeah, Steve, salt of the earth. For those of you that don't know who Stacks is talking about, he's talking about Steve Smith, fragrance fanatic, owner of Kingdom Fragrances. One of my guys. That's very, very good friend of mine. Fantastic prices for discounted fragrances, niche and everything. He's actually, I have some Parfums de Marly fragrances in the mail coming from him right now. Loving the lives. I appreciate you, my man. Thank you so much. Much love. Caught the tail end. Merry Christmas to you as well, my brother. Merry Christmas. Nearly midnight in England. Well, I appreciate you jumping in, as technically it's a late night stream for you. Noir Extreme is very good. It's it bordering a gourmand, sweet, spicy type of fragrance. Very good for dates, evenings. George went ahead and threw a 69 in there. I accidentally skipped ahead. Did not mean to do that. But George is definitely one of the Mafia members. It's weird because she. I know. I agree. But it's different. It's not a controlled chaos when you're on live streams. You know, it can be chaos. Scent Split trustable service. I've heard it is. I just haven't tried the service myself, so I really can't weigh in completely. I've heard of them. I've heard they're trustworthy. I just can't confirm it. Let's see. Real nice channel. Thank you, Mr. Kevin. I appreciate that. George and Stacks showing some love. How is Sammy Andrus Imperial Leather? I've only smelled it one time. I don't remember. I have a bottle of it over here in the corner. I couldn't tell you. It's apparently it's not memorable enough for me to remember it. So that could be your answer. It's definitely not one of my top 10 from Sammy. George throwing up the 6.9s. Yes, he is. Let's see. Happy Land does have a sale going on. Holidays, plural, holidays 20 will save you 20% on your order. That is till January 2nd. EJ messaged me to let me know that was going on. Any you recommend for a full bottle? There's several. Is this going to be your first fragrance from them? If it's going to be your first fragrance and you want something different that doesn't smell like anything else, grape whiskey smell, El Gudo. Totally different. Off the wall, wild, crazy, boozy fragrance that's different. I've never smelled anything else like El Gudo. That's different. Do you have any future collaborations you can discuss? Nothing particular in general that I have lined up. I'm open to working with just about anybody for the most part. I don't have anything specific lined up at the moment. Haven't decided if I'm going to do my end of the year massive collaboration like I did last year. We lost Carlos not too long after that video. That was the last time I got to collaborate with Carlos. Shout out to Brooklyn Fragrance Lover. Rest in peace. I may end up doing that. I'm gonna wait till I get back from Texas. It's one of those things where everybody would just have a couple of days to get their clip to me. So I don't know if I'm going to do it or not. That's the only other collaboration I would kind of have in the works, if anything, right now. George Z in the house, best hair in the perfume game, baby. There you go. I need more from the Zaharoff line. I can't even lie. What are your suggestions? I only have the Z Creator frags. So tobacco is all the rave for a reason. I'm wearing tobacco right now. One of the best releases of the year, hands down. It's an aromatic leafy tobacco. It's sweet, it's woody, it's smoky, it's boozy, it's well balanced. There's not too much of anything. It's a solid performer without being a crazy annoying beast, and it's extremely versatile for a tobacco fragrance. So you really can't go wrong there. You can save 10% with my link in the description and the code TLTG family, or you can just go ahead and get a sample kit for $10 and try the 2 ml samples and try all 5 of the fragrances available, because you're bound to find something you like. But tobacco's all the rave for a reason, and there he is with laughing emojis. How do you deal with the haters who say you only wear blue and cheap fragrances? They don't watch all of my content. I know you have a huge niche collection, but I know you're not afraid to wear a $10 cheapie and put it in a video. No, not at all. If something smells good to me, something smells good to me. I appreciate fragrances just for what they are. If something smells good to me, something smells good to me. I don't wear something just because it performs really well. I don't wear something just because it's popular. I don't wear something just because I paid a lot of money for it. I wear what I want to wear when I want to wear it. That's never going to change. That's just who I am. Amber Oud Rouge. I love that fragrance. That's my favorite clone of Baccarat Rouge 540 Extrait. That is, it used to be Sammy Andrus Red Sapphire was my favorite until I got that. That is great. Let's see. Excellent picking it up soon. Merry Christmas to you as well, Juan. I hope you and your family have a very, very happy holidays in this upcoming week, my man, and a happy new year if I don't talk to you before then. Shout outs to Fat Boy Fragrance Reviews. Let's see. Because you love Invictus. Yeah, everybody's on me, been on me for a while about Hawa, so I'm going to get it at some point. No, we talked about Sultan Vetiver earlier. I don't think I would like it. I only like the fresh vetivers, the Haitian vetivers, stuff like that. That sounds like a much more earthy vetiver, and usually I don't like the earthy vetivers. I'm not opposed to trying it, but I think going into it, I'm probably not going to like it. George is the man of many awesome silk shirts. Yes, he is. The one that had at the gingerbread event. Okay. Scent Split is legit. I just don't like their 1 ml decants. Well, there's your answer for the gentleman asking about Scent Split. Thank you for answering questions. I appreciate that. That's the reason for this, the interaction with you guys. This is not the same as regular content. I'm not sitting here just talking into a I'm still talking into a camera, but there's live people to respond and converse with. And that's why it's just a different format. This is all about interaction. This isn't going to get a ton of views and all that stuff. It's just about interaction with you guys. That's why I want to incorporate more live streams. I like to have a topic to start with, and we can go wherever, having a different guest, all these different things. This is all fun for me. Everything I do on this channel is just fun for me, guys. And I love that you guys want to come along for the ride with me. PS5 guy, I still have not gotten one. Some of my childhood best friends have recently gotten their hands on it. Shout out to Keith. Keith just got one from Walmart.com, and he's been playing NBA 2K22. Me and my friends, we play the 2K series a lot when it comes to, that's the main sports game we always play is NBA 2K. And I've yet to get my hands on it. I just recently renewed my PS Plus on PS4 and started playing some more stuff. I'm playing through God of War 3 Remastered right now. That's currently what I'm playing. Ultramail being discontinued, I've heard something along those lines. They put out so many flankers, I would not be surprised. Will you create another fragrance, maybe a sweet, spicy gourmand this time? I'm always open to anything and everything. I don't say no until I hear out any and all situations. I would love to do that if the opportunity presents itself. I'd love to continue the story of Business Over Pleasure because, well, it's the story of me. That's the professional, safer, get the job done, focused, tunnel vision. That was Business Over Pleasure. If I was to continue the story, it would be the brash, attention-seeking, loud side of my personality, which, because some people complained about performance with Business Over Pleasure. Business Over Pleasure is exactly what Business Over Pleasure was supposed to be. If I was given the opportunity to continue that story, it would be the opposite. Loud, abrasive, different, unique, not a safe fragrance. You know what I mean? It continues the story because they're supposed to be polar opposites. It's supposed to be each side of the coin. So if I was ever given the opportunity, regardless of Zaharoff or another company, I would want to continue that story because I love the storytelling aspect. Let's see. Any list of soon? No, I don't have a list, actually. There's no such thing as Spice Bomb Intense. I'm assuming you mean Spice Bomb Extreme, and that's sad if so, because that's a hype beast right there. Shout outs to Patrick. There's a Sin Assault sighting, $4.99 super chat. Will you be dyeing your beard when you dress up as Santa for Christmas with the 69? I will not, and I've actually got quite a bit of gray in there. The longer it gets, the easier it is to see the different colors in my beard, even though there's no light on my face right now. That's why it just looks dark. I got a lot of grays, but definitely not dressing as Santa. But good to see you as always, Patrick. Patrick, I need to get you on here. We need to do a live, just you and me, my man. We need to spotlight Sin Assault. Absolutely need to do that. Dana Malik, shout outs to Patrick. Buck signed Le'Veon Bell because of the Saints. Well, I mean, they're hurt all over the place. Look, we are not good. Our defense is elite, but we have nothing going in offense. We're not going far. If we make the playoffs, we're probably one and done, and I doubt we make the playoffs. But that's only because our defense is so elite. No, because the reason I'm not okay with that, I've had a bunch of people ask me about it, is it's none of my business what you like. So in the event that something's funny, or you want to say, that's, this, that, and the other, you have something bad to say, there's potential that you may end up feeling bad with what I have to say about something you spent your money on that you enjoy. My opinion doesn't matter on what you actually enjoy. That's why I don't do those things, because I get asked about that pretty regularly. There was a stint where it was asked of me quite often, because I'm a firm believer in wear what you like, regardless of what any YouTuber, reviewer, content creator, friend of yours, regardless of what anybody says, wear what you like. If you like it, that's all that matters, because you bought it. That's really how I feel about it. RIP BFL. Tobacco is the fragrance of the year. Let's see. Favorite 2021 release. I got a few of them. I actually did a video on that, my favorite designer releases. But my favorite niche release is Rosé. Hands down. For as good as Tobacco is, I wore Rosé last night, actually. I had been hoarding the rest of my bar soap. I bathed with my bar soap and threw 4 sprays of Rosé on. Rosé wows me every time I smell it. I get wowed like the first time I smelled it, every single time. It is so freaking, yes, I agree. Rosé is a masterpiece. It's absurd. It's not for everybody. It's definitely not for everybody, but it is for me. That is the best overall release of the year. People can say what they want because George is my friend. Don't care. Could care less if anybody has anything to say about it. I love the damn fragrance. I think it's incredible. Carlos was a legend. Shout out to the BFL. I hope George brings back all of your fragrances, because when I finish my 3, I'm going to want more. Like George says, never say never. Yeah, you can never say never. I mean, topics of discussion come up, but there's nothing in the works or anything like that. We don't have anything lined up to bring back any fragrances or anything like that. Will we like to? Potentially. Like you say here that George says, never say never. That's very true. Never say never, but don't anticipate seeing, surprise release in the next couple of months or something. That's just not going to be the case. We don't do anything in regards to this. We're not going to do anything unless it's needs to be done. And we want to stick to telling you guys that was it, the one run. We said it was going to be one run, and we're sticking to that. With my balls and my word is all I got. It's a age-old saying at this point, and it's the truth. We don't want to go back on our word. We love that everybody enjoys it for the most part. Everybody loves that they bought the fragrances. We love that everybody's enjoying them, such as you, Random Ass Fragrances. I appreciate you. You're very active on all my social media accounts. Just one of those things where we want to stick to what we said. Happy holidays to you as well, Empty Sense. Empty Sense sighting. Another Mafia member in the house. If it smells good, we wear it. I agree. I completely agree. Certainly doesn't only talk about blue fragrances. Yeah, they own something stupid. There it is. George Zaharoff. Hashtag never say never. What's next on your list for purchases for niche and designer? Designer, the list is ridiculous. But as far as niche, the main thing I'm focused on getting is Cid Rapoise Intense. I have to have a bottle of that. I want a bottle so badly. And I definitely want to get more from Amouage. Which ones exactly, I'm not 100% sure, because there's a bunch of them that I want. Thank you, Ryan. Hi, fam. So the only Electimus I've tried is Black Caviar. That's one I'd like to get a bottle of that's a little different. Shout outs to Juan from George. Black Caviar is the only one I've tried. I really like it. I know it's not for everybody because it's got the fish eggs. It's got that caviar note in it, but it just works on my skin. It's got this earthy green kind of thing, but still fresh. It's kind of smells pretty dressy and formal. I like it. I have a decant. It's one that eventually it will be my first bottle from the house. Yeah, it's a pretty strong vetiver. I'm sure you're talking about Sultan vetiver. Hawass is pretty good, not my cup of tea, though. So shout outs to Sam Broom. Sam Broom said he gets compliments every time he wears it. Similar to Guerlain Vetiver Extreme. Good to know. We do have Zara shops. I just never go in them. You guys are always on me about Zara fragrances. They just don't really interest me. They never really have. They put out a ton of stuff, too. Shout outs from Juan right back to George. What's a great one for women? So rosé still works great for women. I had a backup bottle. My wife decided she didn't want to spray out of my bottle anymore and took my backup bottle. She wears it at least 3 times a week. That, Argos Perfume, and YSL Libre, the original EDP, are her 3 favorite fragrances. She's put heavy dents in those bottles. She's got like a third of her YSL bottle left, half of her Argos Perfume, and she's already about a third of the way through her bottle of rosé that she's only had for about a month. So she's been working through it. Where is Justin? So Justin had to leave. Justin was here for an hour and 33 minutes. Now it's just me answering a few questions. A Merry Christmas for Mr. George. Thanks, Stacks. That was from Berluti. Is there a next big ingredient in fragrances? Not that I'm aware of. I'm sure synthetics are going to continue to take over. Same to you, Ryan. Love these lives. Here there'll be more. Yes. Merry Christmas to you as well. There definitely will be more. I'm looking to do at least 2 a week. Like I said, one midday like this during the week, and then hopefully one of the that I've titled TLTG Reviews After Dark Live on the weekends, late night on the weekends. Appreciate you, Stacks. You have a good one, my man. GTS Sense in the house, another great content creator on the fragrance side. Follow him on Instagram and check him out here on YouTube. He is under sub too as well. His content's great. Shout out to GTS Sense. No, if I was to do another fragrance, it wouldn't be a play on the same phrase. It wouldn't be pleasure over business. That gets brought up all the time, actually. Makes sense. Ho, ho, oh no. All right. Bro, don't worry. God will bless you. Another opportunity to produce another fragrance. So Sam Broom is still in the house. Was just talking about you a minute ago. Pleasure over business. See, it's pleasure over business comes up all the time. You look young. I'm not that young. I'll be 37 next month. I'm about to be in my late 30s in literally 1 month from today. My birthday is January 21st. Every time he wears BOP, he gets a compliment. Well, I'm glad it works out for you, my man. I love that stuff. I love wearing it. It's what I've wore the most this year. Great affordable starter oud. Well, honestly, it's a little bit challenging, but you're only going to spend $20 as Banana Republic Oud Mosaic. You can find them at the rack stores for $20. It's a heavy plum oud rose smell. It performs great. It's made by my main man, Claude Deere. It's masterfully done. It's not the easiest of wears, but it's not a super challenging wear either. For a designer $20 fragrance, it does not smell like a designer $20 fragrance. You can send me the royalty checks to my private island after pleasure over business takes over the fragrance world. Versace Oud Noir and Boss Bottled Oud. So I haven't tried Oud Noir. I've heard great things. I've heard it smells very similar to Tom Ford Oud would. Boss Bottled Oud, I love. It's super synthetic, but damn it, Boss Bottled plus Oud. It just works. Thank you, Ross. I love rosé too. I know you do. That is, as far as I know in our conversations, your favorite Zaharoff fragrance as well. These pleasantness over pleasure comments. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Pleasure over business. It comes up all the time. It's hilarious. Tabak is amazing and wore it yesterday on my birthday. It's incredible. Like I said, I'm wearing it right now. It is super good stuff. Shout outs to Sam from George. Y'all injured half their team, had to order a new tablet too. Damn. Yeah. Look, our defense is a son of a bitch. They really are. We have an elite defense. George, think 2 from the company that I wore on special days. Shout outs to everybody from George. Top 5 on the list. I need a little bit more clarity. Top 5 on what list? Caboose Juice in the house, another Mafia member. Happy birthday, Broom. Hello from cold Connecticut. Shout outs right back to you from Colorado. Shout outs to Sam from George. So I'm trying to catch up. I'm trying to get to a spot where we're about to hit 2 hours, and I'm going to go ahead and shut this down. I appreciate everybody that's been hanging. I'm trying to get caught up. Hey, stream. I appreciate that, Caboose Juice. I don't know if you were here when Justin was here. We had Justin for an hour and 33 minutes, and he ended up having to go. It was a good conversation. We had some fun. Opinion on Gentleman EDT Intense. I haven't tried it yet. But based on what you're saying here, it sounds like it's pretty good. Epic Man. I can vouch for that one. I wore that for Thanksgiving. I love Epic Man. interesting combination of kind of the oud that's found in oud wood, obviously higher quality, that kind of cleaner smell with a lot of incense and some mild spice. I love Epic Man. It is epic. It's named appropriately. I love Epic Man. I'm so glad I have a bottle of that. I only get this. Yeah. So this gentleman right here won the bottle of rosé that I gave away in the rosé review video, and his wife stole it. So this was actually the giveaway winner right here for the bottle of rosé from the rosé review. And his wife said, nope, mine. So I feel you. I had a backup bottle. I used to have a backup bottle. My wife took it. So what niche house is the most overrated? At this stage, probably Creed. But I can't really call them overrated because there's still some fragrances I really enjoy from them. So that's a tough one. That's a very tough one. I don't even know if I can answer it off the cuff, really, but that's the default answer for me because they're kind of not what they used to be. They need to come out with another original DNA that just knocks everybody's socks off. They need another Aventus, another Viking, because for a lot of people, Viking's incredible, which for me it is. It's full. I have a full bottle. It's one of the 2 bottles I have from Creed. Happy birthday, Sam! I didn't know it was your birthday. Today's your birthday. Because everybody's telling you happy birthday, and I feel like a shitty friend right now not knowing this. What Mugler fragrance is still good to buy? Shit, all of them? All of them are still good. I echo that to you as well. Empty Sense. Yeah, Sam, I feel like a shitty friend. Happy birthday, my man. I did not know today was your birthday. I'm a horrible friend. Tobacco collection from Zara. That's the most hyped collection from them for sure. Decent performance. Yeah, I've heard good things about them. Would you take Amber Oud Blue Edition over Blue Edition? Not over the Parfum. Over the EDP, yes. Much cheaper. Smells pretty much the same. Performs pretty much the same. Quality's kind of on par with one another. But not over the Parfum. The Parfum doesn't smell like Blue Edition. And I'd take the Parfum over all of them. Any clone, Bleu de Chanel, EDP, or EDT, the Parfum's the best. That's why I'm eager to see if they're bound to make an elixir. I hope they make an elixir because the Parfum's so damn good, in my opinion. It's one that I love so much, I don't even wear enough. It's kind of sad. I'm bad about that. If I really, really like something, I don't wear it enough. El Gudo and Geranibus Party Bundle. That's interesting. I'm going to have to relay that information and see what EJ thinks. So Harmony, and he's got one that's got a gunpowder note I can't wait to smell. Shout-outs to Trill Noel. Shout-outs to Trill Noel. He's a good dude. Damn, Ross, I have to call you my baby brother now. Why, you baby brother forgot your birthday too? My bad, man. I'm sorry. So, damn, right when I think I'm about to get caught up, I got like 30 more comments that are lined up. Greenlee is underrated at this stage. It got hype when it came out, and then the hype kind of faded to the back. I have a decant of it, and I have a bottle coming. That's one of the bottles coming from Kingdom Fragrance. For Latafa, there you go. Shout out to Dave for the recommendation. Great content. Keep up the work. Appreciate you, Gerard. I appreciate that, man. GTS Sense just gained a subscriber. Empty Sense, I appreciate you, my man. Yeah, he's great content. Like I said, undersubbed. Big time undersubbed. Maybe with Boss Bottle Oud 2 weeks ago. Good stuff. Yeah, it's different. Look, it's synthetic. That's why I made sure to let everybody know, look, it is synthetic. Don't think you're getting some high-quality fragrance here. But it smells great. If you like Boss Bottled, it's just another take on Boss Bottled. That's what I love about it. Ross's packaged pirate neighbor is actually his wife. Go find the paper. No, somebody in this complex ended up with that first package. EJ told me, I was like, EJ, I just see it was delivered 3 days ago. And he's like, oh, I forgot to put your apartment number. So, and he's like, hopefully one of your neighbors is honest. Unless it goes to my neighbor above me. No, they're not. They get free packages. Top 5 you want next. Cedrat Boisé Intense is number 1. Jubilation 25 from Amouage is probably the Amouage I want to get next. I would like to get Reflection 45. They're X-Straight. Blind buy. I don't give a shit. I know I'm going to like it. I kind of a tie because I'd like to get the Epic Man X-Straight too. So Reflection and Epic Man. I'll probably buy Travel Atomizers because it'll take me forever to go through the Travel Atomizers. And trying to think. I need to get Light Blue Forever. I still haven't gotten that. That's coming soon. And Greenlee, which I have coming. So there you go. Epic Man is epic. I agree. Appreciate you, Ross, going to brother's birthday dinner. Shout out on, see you in the next stream. Appreciate you, my man. Appreciate all the support, all the love. I really do. Tell your brother happy birthday for me. Needs that book to be unpublished. Yeah, Dan's been on me about getting that book. I keep forgetting. The Ghost Perfumer, ghostperfumer.com. I need to get that damn book. If Dan was on here, he'd be fussing me for not grinding on you guys about super chats. I'm appreciative when you guys do it, but I don't want to solicit you guys like that. If you want to do it, you can. If you don't want to, that's totally fine. I'm just glad you guys are here. But Dan jumped on my ass in the live stream I had him on. No, you gotta ask for them. They're not just gonna give them. Have you ever heard or tried Double Vanille? No. Spiritus, I have not. Yes, I've tried several from both. Atomic Rose, I really like. Side Effect, I really like. I'm trying to remember. Blessed Baraka was okay. It didn't blow me away. I liked it. Musk Therapy, I tried. It was solid. I've yet to get around to buying any bottles. Black Phantom, I love. I still need to get a damn bottle of Black Phantom. I've tried Roses on Ice. I have a decant of Angel Share, a decant of Straight to Heaven, which not for me. Don't like it. That's all the ones I can think of off the top of my head. The book I haven't read a book since high school, so it intrigues me. Dan is definitely selling the shit out of it. I'll tell you that. Dan has me intrigued. Posted video for Serge Lieutenant Ombre Sultan. I haven't tried that one yet. I hear that's one of the highlights of the house besides Chergy. And I'm a huge advocate for 5 o'clock Ocean Ombre. That's one I need to get my nose on still. I haven't. I know I'm going to end up liking it. Everything I've seen, heard, and read about it, I know I'm going to like it. Yes, it's called the Ghost Perfumer. Just pudding, LOL. All right, that was random. Mercedes-Benz Club Black, pretty similar to Guerlain Double Vanille, and I love black. I haven't tried the Guerlain. No, sir, I have not. Appreciate you, Empty Sense. Appreciate you stopping by. I'm actually on here longer than I anticipated. I'm trying to get caught up to a point to where I can sign off. And I just can't get caught up. What is a niche quality cheapie? So niche isn't really a quality. I know we use that term. As far as really high quality, I would say the Dior Homme line, mostly the Parfum. Older bottles, obviously, according to my buddy Dave. I don't know if Callie's Groom Room's still in here. He's got the 100 ml, and it doesn't have that oomph that the 75 mls had, according to him. I haven't tried, so I'm not sure. I'm just going off of what he said. John Barbados Dark Rebel, if you can get your nose on that. That's a very high-quality designer. Smoky, boozy, leather, Castorium. It's a little animalic. It's very, very high quality. That's one of the higher quality designers I've ever put my nose on. There's some out there. Powerful alternative to La Nuit. La Nuit de l'Homme Blue Electrique. That is the way to go, my friend. Worst release of the year? Don't really know. I didn't buy any new releases that I deemed terrible. So I can't weigh in on that. Creed did get lost in the shuffle, even though they're one of my favorite houses, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, I agree. They're not what they used to be, but there's still some really good shit from them. You know? Was it Ralph's Club? It was underwhelming, but I still like it. I wouldn't call it worst release. It's a blue fragrance with a lot of green nuances, clary sage and stuff like that. Heavy on the lavender note that's in there. It's more of an herbal lavender. I like it. It's super, super safe. It's not what I thought it would be. That's where it underwhelmed me. I thought it was going to be a dense green woody fragrance, and what I got was more of a fresh blue fragrance, fresh aromatic blue fragrance. I haven't tried Authentic Night. Rehab, yeah, it's Spice Bomb on steroids. I agree with that. It's good stuff. Most of us on here have more fragrances than we ever need. We're always thinking about our next purchase. That's all part of it being a hobby, my man. That's all part of it. Jim Monday, absolutely. So $10 super chat. Thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate your knowledge and commitment. Reading every chat. Shout yourself out, Mr. Ross. Man, I just love interacting with you guys. Like I said before, everything about this is just fun for me. Every video I put out, every live stream, every time I jump on somebody's live stream, it's all fun for me. Some people take this shit a little too seriously. I don't sweat the small stuff. I just go on to enjoying my life. I live a very good life. I'm very blessed. God has been very good to me. For those of you that are God-fearing men that are watching this, um, or whatever you believe in, the universe, higher powers, I have nothing to complain about. That's why you don't really see me complaining. I try to maintain positivity. Sure, there's some things I don't like, and I say so when I come across that stuff. But for the most part, I'm just having a good time. I genuinely, passionately love this shit. I always have with fragrances. I've always deemed a fragrance special in your wardrobe. If nothing else, for when you're going somewhere, you got to smell nice if you're going to look nice. And that just evolved over time. But I appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much, man. Consider some of the cheaper Middle Eastern fragrance companies niche because that's all they do for fragrance products. That's a valid point, because niche is technically all you produce is fragrances. You're in a specific niche. That's the actual meaning. It's not a quality thing. My man Ogun from Equality Fragrances touched on this a while back, actually. It's not a quality thing. We just kind of deem it that way because when a company only makes fragrances and that is their focus, they usually put out high quality. They only use high quality oils. They only source top tier perfumers and they look for originality. That's what it's actually all about. Dior Homme Parfum. Yeah, see, here you go. Dave's still here to weigh in on the 100 ml Dior Homme Parfum. Still a solid fragrance. Out the shower, beast mode. I don't like anything beastly out the shower. Literally any beast mode fragrance can be an out the shower beast mode. I don't like super powerful out the shower. Rosé was about as powerful as I want out the shower. A $20 super sticker. Ryan, I appreciate you. Thank you very much for that, man. I greatly, greatly appreciate you. Top 5 cheapies under $30. Whew. So, and I got one more after this, and I'm going to shut it down. I appreciate all 93 of you that are still here. So, top 5 under 30, Abercrombie & Fitch First Instinct together for sure. When you can find Aqua Cinziali Blue from Ferragamo at rack stores, you can get a 50 ml for $17. The 100 mls are going for mid-30s, so technically that wouldn't fall into this, but you can find the 50 mls cheaper. That's still just such a great fragrance for the money. It's tough. Tough. I got to think. Let me look. Oh, Guess 1981 Los Angeles. My favorite $20. One of my favorite $20 fragrances. Smells like Eros, but warmer and spicier. It's got amber and black pepper. That's really what's different about it and gives it a little bit of a change. It's my favorite Guess fragrance, and I have like 10 or 11 Guess fragrances, maybe even a few more at this point. My favorite from the house, hands down. It's a tough one. Just because of how good it smells, Kenneth Cole Reaction. Performance is terrible. If performance is important to you, you'll hate it. It's like a 2-hour fragrance at best, but it smells incredible. It smells like actual watermelon juice. And one more. It's tough. Tough. So I got to look. I'll go with those 4 for now because I can't think of a 5th one at the moment. Let's see. George, will you consider creating bespoke fragrances? I'm not sure if George is still here. He can weigh in if he would like to. Now I got to rethink the way I brag on my niche fragrances. Yeah, that's the actual term because I'm in a niche. I talk about fragrances on YouTube. It's a fragrance niche. I specifically make content for fragrances. That's why anytime you guys hear me talk about our niche or my niche or the niche we're in, or things for our niche, that's actually the correct use of the word. It's not about quality. We just relate quality to niche fragrance houses because most of the time that's the case. You're getting super high quality. Hit the like button, guts. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, hit the like button, guys. Let's see. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, Happy Holidays, everyone. Random House Fragrances, I appreciate you. 3 a.m. We did talk about that earlier. He corrected himself. Good chat with Justin and yourself. Take care, y'all. Keep on smelling amazing. Happy holidays. Happy holidays to you as well. Some of my favorite niche brands. So, Argos, Raja Parfums, and Zaharoff are my top 3. Kajal falls in line behind that. Then Mancera and Parfums de Marly. Mancera Montal, kind of a tie. It's the same company. It's another house that I'm really enjoying as far as niche. Juliet Has a Gun. I love Juliet Has a Gun. It's mostly marketed for the ladies and unisex, but still feminine. That's some of my favorite stuff to wear. Musk Invisible, Lipstick Fever. Love that stuff. I smell it out the atomizer all the time. I don't even wear it all the time, but I smell it all the time. Vanilla Vibes. Probably my favorite niche summer fragrance that's not just a super freshie because it's got a lot of character. It's vanilla for the summer. That's definitely one that I don't think gets enough love. And I've started to find more and more fragrances from Ital Libre d'Orange that I really enjoy. Mainly Soul of My Soul, one of their newest releases. That one's captivated me, and I found something easy to wear for a change from them with Remarkable People. Remarkable People is so good. Exit the King is more situational for me. I need to reach for it more. It's crazy soapy, like actual soap foam smell and floral. It's interesting and different. I don't wear it enough, but Soul of My Soul and Remarkable People from Ital Libre d'Orange, love them. And sorry I'm late to the party, but I made it. And James, I appreciate you stopping in. We've done 2 hours and 15 minutes. I had Justin on here for a little over an hour and a half. And I'm trying to get caught up. And as soon as, because I don't want to leave you guys hanging with the new comments coming. But Lamar, our signature rosé for a dope rose scent. So Lamar is more centered around other notes besides just rose. Honestly, for me, I find the marigold actually comes out more than the rose. There's a little toffee and ambroxan. There's pineapple up top. Whereas with rosé, it's a smoky rose incense. So I wouldn't really equate them the same. Rosé is a darker fragrance. Lamar is a bit fresher and brighter. So really, I don't see, they're both badass fragrances, but I actually don't deem Lamar completely a rose scent, whereas rosé is a rose scent for sure. Amourette from Ital Libre d'Orange is amazing unisex scent, almost addicting. Never tried it. Never tried that one. PDM, have a great Christmas. You do as well. Just received Argos Bacchus Immortel. Yes, I actually prefer that to Tuscan Leather. It's a better version of it. It smells similar for sure, but the quality is just night and day difference in my opinion. Fruity Leather. It's a raspberry leather. It's very, very elegant. It's a serious fragrance that's not too serious, but I definitely, that's like wear to a wedding type of leather for me. You know, I love that fragrance. So good. Really enjoy Hobdon. I have a decant of Hobdon. For some reason I don't get the best performance. Any similar fragrance recommendations? None that I can think of off the top of my head. I haven't spent a lot of time with it. I have like a 7 ml decant that I have never even sprayed. I have so many decants I haven't visited yet. I haven't tried 1 Million Parfum. I'm one of the rare finds that likes 1 Million Cologne. People call it bug spray and it's too much rose and all that. It's an aquatic rose. It's kind of like taking Invictus Aqua and adding a synthetic rose note is what I can equate it to easiest for relatability. I actually really like that one. Underrated in my opinion. Most people don't like it. I feel like I almost stand alone in that instance. And I'm okay with that because like I said earlier in this stream, you like what you like. Wear whatever the hell you like regardless of what anybody thinks. And I appreciate everybody. I'm going to cut it off here. I'm going to stop there. I'm not going to take any more comments. I finally got to the end without a bunch more popping up while I was talking. Thank you so much to everyone that donated a super chat to the channel. I greatly appreciate all of you. That definitely helps support me in this channel. I love making content for you guys. Thank you so much. We had such an audience for a long time. We were well over 100 plus for over an hour. Even now we're at 91. After Justin left, I still kept almost 100 of you guys. And we had between 125 and 145 with Justin most of the time. That's serious dedication. I appreciate you guys for being interested enough to want to sit here and converse with me. I appreciate all the great questions. Nothing but love to you guys. I hope you and your families have a extremely Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. I will do a live stream before the new year, so you guys will get to do this again before then. So I'm not going to wish you a Happy New Year just yet, because you guys are going to see me on a live stream again between now and then. I'm not sure if it'll be an after dark live or if it'll be a midday live, but after the first of the year, me and Justin will do this again. I talked to Pat. I mentioned to Patrick earlier, Sin Assault on here. I'd love to get him on here. I like doing these one-on-one lives so we can really focus in and spotlight one person. you know, and I enjoy this format more so than any right now. So thank you again, everybody. I appreciate all of you. Merry Christmas to you and yours. And I will see you all again very soon. Be on the lookout for tomorrow's video, 10 best fragrances to wear for Christmas 2021. It was heavily requested, just like for Thanksgiving. So when you guys request the shit out of it, I got to deliver. You know what I mean? So y'all have a wonderful, wonderful holiday season. I'll see you guys on the next one.